Hey.
Is it there?
Yep, and now... All right, ready?
Ready, Tad.
All righty.
Very good.
We're good.
What do you mean we're good?
Go.
Where? Oh, we're live.
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Candy, 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 I can't let you go. Who sang that song, Court? Do you know? All my life, you're haunting me. I love you so.
Neil Diamond.
That's right. No, it's Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop sang that song as a duet with Kate What's-Her-Face from the B-52s. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Winslet.
Kate Winslet from the B-52s. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Addressing Gettysburg. I think we're up to 130 now. Is that correct, Tad?
I believe so.
This is episode 130 Ask a Guides, considering that we only do them twice a month.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, I thought we would have had more. I don't think I started numbering them right away. That might have been the thing. So there might be more than 100. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares is the point. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Mikey B has abandoned us yet again. To pursue his own interests. He's doing something at the LPGA tour or something in New York State for a couple of weeks, actually. And so he's not here, but warming his chair is the great Court Micker. Hello, Court. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
Very well, very well. Pull that mic to your mouth, please, Courtney. I don't know. How many times do we have to go through
That's
this?
not true.
Touch it to your lips, and everything will be fine.
It's not true.
The ceiling is not talking. Okay, ready? So, so how are you?
Yes. I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Good. Are you enjoying the heat?
I love the heat. We were talking about how much better it is than winter.
That's right. And we were out on the battlefield at Little Round Top, you, me, and Stephen Taft, watching the sunset, holding hands, swinging our legs off of a boulder as we sat there
and
watching.
Snuggled.
And we snuggled.
Yeah.
And singing Kumbaya.
And we sang Kumbaya.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
My Lord.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know, because you've been waiting with bated breath since you first learned that our guest today is Charlie Fennell, and here he is, Charlie Fennell. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good to be here after a short hiatus.
I know it was quite a hiatus. It was a hiatus. It was a while. You were last year. I think it's the last time you were on.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you back, Charlie. Glad to see you in one piece.
It's good to be
You're looking good. You lost some weight?
I did.
Yeah.
Not as
good.
much as you.
No. Well,
I can still get into my clothes.
I do a lot. Yeah, I had to buy new ones. And today we're talking about Candy's Brigade.
That's correct.
Was this your idea? I think it was.
I think it was.
I
Yeah.
don't think Dave suggested it. I think you suggested it.
Yeah.
And that's great because Candy's Brigade, you talk about Geary's division, Williams' division, all that stuff, but Candy's brigade, you don't really hear a lot about Candy's brigade.
No, you don't.
You don't, but they had a pretty interesting career here. But before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you about what's coming up next week. It's the anniversary week, as you know. And Tad and I have been working like busy little beavers that no longer exist in Plum Run Valley. And thank you. And we have been putting together 6 episodes that will come out starting. What? Yeah, isn't it 6?
I'm just
you're playing
surprised.
it. You're playing it.
6.
6. Yes, that's right, Tad. 6 whole episodes of Addressing Gettysburg that are going to start coming out on June 28th. That's this coming Sunday, and that is going to be at 7 p.m. with Jim Smith, the Yankee drummer boy. He recreated the march of Peter Guibert, I believe is how you pronounce it, in 1913 from Pittsburgh to Gettysburg. And he came on, he talked to us about Civil War drumming. He was a recommended guest by Rich Schneider, one of our patrons, and Rich brought him in, and he brought his drums with him, and he played his drums. He played drums on the table where Charlie's sitting now. And if you're interested in Civil War music and Civil War drums, in particular drummer boys, and what their role they served or filled or whatever, and why the hell would you make a little boy run around and drum in the middle of a battle? Well, there's a reason for it. It's not just because it looked cute. There was a reason for it. That's 7 p.m. on June 28th. June 29th, 7:30 a.m. Ooh. Okay. So on your way to work, you can listen to this. Weather Gods Curse the Gettysburg Campaign with John Neese and Jeff Harding. You've seen them on other shows before. They've been making the rounds with their new book. We love this stuff. I know the patrons loved this episode when we recorded it. It's very interesting stuff about the weather. And you're saying to yourself, what? Will you just get on with Candy's Brigade already? The weather? Shut up. That's what I'm saying to you. Just trust me on this, okay? I've never led you astray. June 30th, 7:30 a.m., battle overview from the Totem Pole. So we did a Totem Pole show, a show out at the Totem Pole Playhouse, I should say, back in April, and that is finally going to see the light of day on June 30th. We're going to do it the night before the battle begins, so that you have an overview of all 3 days, and you can get ahead of it if you're coming to town for the anniversary or something like that. While you're here during the anniversary, or while you're wishing you were here during the anniversary on July 1st at 7:15 a.m., there's a method to this madness. Small Arms at Gettysburg with Phil Spoggy. July 2nd, also 7:15, Civil War Wounds with Dr. Craig Miller.
That was a good one.
Yes, it was. And July 3rd, Battlefield Forensics, 7:15 a.m. with Dr. Matthew Lively. You might recall back in 2021, I believe it was, there was a, sorry, allergies. There was a newspaper article out because there were forensic CSI type guys with their lasers and instruments and mathematics here, trying to figure out where the shot that killed Mary Virginia, Ginny Wade, came from. And they reached a conclusion, and there's a book coming out. Ooh. And it's got all the deets in there. Wow. And so Dr. Lively came on a few weeks ago, and we did an episode about it. And he gave me 2 chapters, Jenny Wade and John Reynolds. Okay. And I said, well, these are both very interesting, but they should be their own episodes. So let's do Jenny Wade first. So we did that, and he's going to be back, and we're going to talk about John Reynolds and that whole situation there. But it's coming from what he hopes to be a series of books called Battlefield Forensics, and then it'll be a different battlefield, different battle, and each chapter will be a different story of something that can be, that needs forensics like they do in a criminal investigation or a medical whatever and things and stuff. And I love that shit. That's interesting. So, yeah, that is very interesting.
It is.
So don't forget to also check out our wildly popular and innovative Tavern Talks on YouTube. We make the audience the star. That's right. You're the star, not me, not the historian. You are. Valley Forge, John Brown in memory, Custer at the Little Bighorn, and the final one, Airborne on D-Day. Those are all out now here on our YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist of Tavern Talks. Go and watch them. People are really enjoying them. I'm hearing very good things about them. People want a second season.
Yes.
They want a second season.
How can we do a second season?
Well, we need about $75,000 to do a second season of 4 episodes.
And I've already
pitched in 26 cents.
Thank you, Court.
I've already committed that's in addition to the 50,000 that I've already got in.
Okay.
yes. Yeah, so we're almost there. But I honestly, that would be through many small dollar donations to digitalhistorypioneers.com or DHP. DHpioneers.com, which is our nonprofit that we fund these things through, or one very hefty donation. And that would be, again, 4 episodes. I have a great list of people and topics to do for that one. So I'm hoping we do.
People love them. They love the format. They love the style.
They do. And
keep it going.
They love your editing, Tad. You've done a great job in the editing. People have been commenting about that and complimenting you on that. All right.
Nice.
Great job, Tad.
Thank you, sir.
Great job. Before all the people in the archive version of this start going, it's 22 minutes and 52 seconds. They start talking about Candy's Brigade. Let's get on with it, ladies and gentlemen. Candy's Brigade, 1st Brigade, 2nd Division, 12th Corps.
You got any candy?
What?
You got any candy?
Unfortunately, I don't, actually. I should have some around here. But Candy's Brigade, Charles Candy, Colonel.
Yes.
And that's Geary's division, if you go by names and not numbers. Geary's division, Slocum's Corps, Williams.
Right.
Crap.
Sure enough.
Okay, so you got yourself the 5th Ohio. Mm-hmm. You got the 7th Ohio, 29th, City 6th, 66th for those of you who don't understand my stupidity, and 147th PA.
Right. 28th PA, too.
Oh, yeah, 28th PA. Sorry, missed that one. Okay. So that's a large brigade as far as number of...
It's got 6 regiments.
6 regiments. 1,798, 1,800 men, basically.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
So they're small regiments.
Yeah, they're all small here.
Yeah.
They got shot to pieces.
Right. What happened with Candy's Brigade before they got to Gettysburg?
Well, Candy's Brigade was formed. Most of them served in the Valley in 1862. Most of the regiments were formed either 61 or early 62. So they've been around a while. Lower the numbers, sooner in the war. So you got some low numbers here, except for the 147th.
Right.
Although the 147th, the core of it were 5 companies from the 28th Pennsylvania. When the 28th was formed, it had 15 companies instead of 10.
Really?
Yes.
Was that because there were too many people volunteering, or
I guess
was that
everybody
by
wanted to be in it. I don't know.
It's very popular.
It was popular in the sense that, well, Geary was the original colonel of it, and he formed it, and it was formed from the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia area. So it went 15. But when they formed the 147th, let me see if I have the date on that somewhere. I always had trouble with dates, especially in high school. But anyway, let's see what it says here. They were formed.
Charlie Fennell, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a facsimile. But anyway, they were formed at Harper's Ferry, is where they were mustered in.
Oh, but you're talking about 147th?
Yeah, that's where they were, and that's when they took the 5 companies from the 28th, and that was October 1862, and then they added 3 companies from Harrisburg.
Okay.
That were added, and then there's 2 more that's going to show up, but they didn't get here in time for Gettysburg.
Okay.
Yeah, so they only have 8 companies here, but I would say that they're regardless of their number, they're still a veteran unit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so all of Candy's men are veterans, and they learned the hard way in the Valley under Jackson. You know, Jackson was chasing them around there for about a year.
Right.
Then they were formed in a brigade and were assigned to the newly created Army of Virginia under the legendary John Pope. Mm-hmm. You know, and they fought together there at Cedar Mountain. They were, and then right before Antietam, as we know, McClellan comes back and takes over the Army of Virginia, and he reincorporates those units that were in the Army of Virginia back into the Army of the Potomac, and they became the 11th and the 12th Corps. So I think that's September 5th, 1862, is when the 12th Corps officially begins.
Okay.
Okay, so they were assigned to that there, and Geary was the division commander.
Now, I noticed Candy's a colonel.
Yes.
And I believe he was like the on-again, off-again commander of the brigade throughout its history. Is that right? Like he wasn't always the commander.
Well, I guess he was. Well, he took over at Cedar Creek, or Cedar Mountain, for someone that was wounded. And then from then on out, he's the commander. Yeah.
Okay.
He makes brevet brigadier by the end of the war. It's interesting because he was in the regular army previous to Civil War. He's an enlisted man. He was on the staff. He was in commissary. He served in the 1st Dragoons under Ewell.
Oh.
Okay, so he was under Ewell there. And that was one of our two, rapid deployment forces, the 1st and the 2nd Dragoons.
How old a gentleman is he by Gettysburg?
Well, let's see. Let me see when he's born. He's born in 32.
So that means he's
31.
31 years old.
So he's still fairly young fellow.
Yeah,
for a brigade commander.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just a little older than me.
there you go. A lot younger than me. But anyway, then he served as
younger than Court.
He served as a volunteer captain in 1861 under General George Stone's staff at the Battle of Ball's Bluff.
Okay.
Which Stone got canned for, as you probably remember there. And then he became the colonel of the 66th Ohio in December of 61. So he was associated with the brigade since that point, 61. Led the regiment there at Port Republic, Cedar Mountain, and then succeeded the brigade command in Pope's Army of the Virginia. So when Pope comes in, he takes over the brigade. So at Cedar Mountain, he'd have been the brigade commander.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, of course, in the 12th Corps, and he would follow his brigade to the west because, they took the 12th and 11th Corps and shipped them out to Tennessee after the Battle of Gettysburg. So, and they performed admirably in the campaign to capture Atlanta, and then they marched with Sherman to the sea and beyond.
Yeah.
So they fought major battles in 7 different states.
And that's their service record. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a fairly distinguished outfit, really.
Yeah, no.
The 28th Pennsylvania was also known for putting on a heck of a minstrel show.
Is that right?
Really?
They
why the hell would you?
at work, I've seen some of the playbills.
Okay.
From
Sure.
some of their events,
Yeah.
they had something called Geary's Thespian Corps.
Okay.
And it was a troop of 10, 20 guys in the 28th who would put on these amazing shows, and they'd make playbills for them and distribute them through camp. And
well, soldiers all need entertainment.
yeah,
Absolutely, they do.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you've got that stuff at work.
It passes through once in a while.
Okay.
But I was reading into it and did a little research, and
Okay.
their shows were well known.
Well attended.
Yeah, well attended.
Yeah.
There's not much else to do.
Yeah, true enough. There's not
Where
too
else
many
you gonna
games in
go?
town. Yeah.
So Tad, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Sorry, and put on the turn on the printer. I got to print out the questions for later. So the brigade,
Yes.
as the battle is brewing, a storm is brewing up north, and the army is on their way in.
Yes.
When do they enter back into PA?
Oh, they're going to come in on the basically the 30th of June. They're leading they were part of the 12th Corps coming up from essentially Walkersville, Maryland, and then they go up through Littlestown. They were at the end of the Battle of Hanover, and they actually advanced towards Hanover that day.
Okay.
Yeah, and then went into camp, and they're probably camped a little northwest of Littlestown on what is today 194.
No, I think I was reading that when they were coming into Littlestown, there was a cavalry fight up ahead.
Yes, and they heard the guns.
So what fight was that?
That was Custer versus Stewart. That's when Jeb Stewart's trying to get through Hanover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a terrible town to try and get through.
So but they're hearing that from Littlestown?
Yeah, they can hear the guns, artillery. The artillery is up on where the cemetery is today. So that's where the Confederate guns were. So they're elevated.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the sound would carry. It's not that far. It's like 7 miles.
Why does it feel like it takes forever to get from Littlestown to Hanover?
I know.
When you're driving, like
I know.
we're going faster,
Yeah.
but it still feels like it takes forever to get there. So you're telling me it's only
It's about
7 miles from
about
Littlestown to Hanover?
Yeah, I'm not sure exact, but it's
7
not
nautical miles?
No, land miles.
Hanover's only like 13 miles from Gettysburg.
Yeah, but it takes 45 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
There's no quick way.
Well, yeah.
So okay, so
Airplane.
they're hearing the Battle of Hanover
Right, they are.
occur.
Yes. And so they go to sleep that night, of course, after they didn't need them at Hanover. And then the next day they're ordered to get to Gettysburg.
Wow.
So that'd be the morning of the 1st. They start marching.
This is a great time,
Yeah.
I think, to let everyone know that Charlie has probably received more Dan Butterfield requests than any other
Is that right?
than any other guest guide up to this
Do you know
point.
what that means, Charlie?
No.
Dan Butterfield is what we give.
3 of them.
You want 3 of them? Wow,
3 of
that's
them.
a lot.
Wow,
Okay.
okay.
A Dan Butterfield is something that a guest or a caller or anybody gets when they've done something worth praising. Right? And so the audience wants to give you 3 Dan Butterfields. Here we go.
Okay.
And you might recognize it from the movie Gettysburg.
Dan, Butterfield.
Yes.
Dan, Butterfield. Dan, Butterfield.
They're your 3.
So thank
There you
you
go.
from Matthew. Thank you to
Thank you.
Matthew Gillespie, Floridian approved. Ken, thank you. Ken's back there. Kevin Miller, thank you.
These were, whatchamacallits?
Seton Rebel, yes, these are super chats.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Eric W. I keep seeing Dan Butterfield's being requested. Let's keep it rolling.
Wow.
This one is for Tad. Well, let's keep it. We can let them pile up.
These
a
are
little
super
bit.
chats.
These,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, here's another.
Dan, Butterfield.
There he is again.
I'm sorry. It's like Ron Burgundy with the teleprompter. If you pay me, I got to do it.
Yeah, you got a problem with it.
Dan, Butterfield.
Sorry, everybody.
Pay money.
To not do it.
Yeah.
So now, here's
There we go.
$50. Stop
That's
doing
right.
that.
There you
Yeah.
make your quota of
Hey,
money very soon. Very soon.
At least, okay.
Yeah. So when they
Well,
march.
I'm sorry. Before you get there, though,
Okay,
because
sure.
I want to just show everybody this here. So here's Hanover on the map.
Okay.
Okay. Here's Littlestown. And Shore and Bagora, if that isn't 7 miles, I don't know what is.
It's close.
But what is the road that I'm taking to get? This is the road I'm taking. Why does this take so long? Why does that take so long? What road were they taking?
That same road.
So they're hearing
Yeah. They could go faster than you.
clearly. Okay. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show people if you were thinking the same thing I was, that it was so far away. No, it just
not.
takes long to get there, but it's actually not far away.
No, it's not
Okay.
far
So
away.
Charlie, you were saying as they were marching.
Well, in the morning of the
first.
yeah, they're getting ready to go, and they started a little later because they've been marching all over the place. Probably no corps covered more ground to get to Gettysburg than the 12th Corps, because Hooker had the idea he was going to go for Richmond, so they were on the left flank of the Union Army. Then he wanted to go get Harper's Ferry, so they marched all the way across. The right flank, and then they marched all the way across the left flank, and then Hooker gets replaced, and now they're headed north, so then they have to come back again.
So the 12th Corps is part of the, because Reynolds has the left wing.
That's correct.
Right. I'm forgetting now. Was there a center wing, or is it just a left
No,
and a right
left and
wing?
a right.
So he's the right wing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a bird.
So it's
Yeah, they have 2 wings.
right. I guess there wouldn't be a center wing.
And then the
more
right
of a
wing
thin.
commander will be Slocum,
Okay.
who's the ranking general in the Army after Meade.
Right.
So if Meade goes down, Slocum takes over. But anyway, the thing to keep in mind as well is that, he was told you got the 5th Corps, the 6th Corps, and the 12th Corps. Okay, basically are the right wing. And the center, reserve, if you want to call it that, is the 2nd Corps
Okay.
under Hancock, which is pretty
Okay.
much where Meade's
Where
headquarters.
Meade is,
Yeah.
down in Tawnytown.
And so Slocum was ordered to march to Gettysburg, so he takes his time. That's like Reynolds. The only person that knows there's going to be a battle here on July 1st is Buford.
Yeah.
Nobody else has a clue.
Right.
They're
all getting drawn towards it.
Yeah, why rush into something
Yeah.
that you don't think's going to happen? So they take their time until they find out there's a battle, and then they increase their pace and get a little more alacrity in their movements.
Yeah.
Because now speed matters. And so, when you look at the 12th Corps, for example, it's 5 miles from Littlestown to Two Taverns. And it took them the morning to cover that distance.
Yeah.
And then they go into camp because that was Slocum's objective. Go to Two Taverns, July 1st. Well, I'm there. Let's have lunch.
At one of the two taverns.
Yeah, he was on the one on the left. Okay, as you come out, there's two there. They're still there.
I know. So I'm trying to find two taverns on the map now. Here, it's 2 miles.
The big stone houses are still there.
Yeah, where the hell are you? Two taverns.
They're somewhere.
Wait.
Maybe you can find the 12th Corps up there.
I'm trying to. Oh, here, Barlow Two Taverns Road. It's so small that you have to zoom way in so that just the name Two Taverns will appear.
Yeah, there's not much of a town there.
No,
I'm looking on
2 mile in.
Yeah, they have a cemetery.
What are the roads at that? Is this Two Taverns right here? What are the roads that meet there?
The one would be 97. That'd be the Baltimore Pike.
Right. What intersects it? I mean,
let me think. I use that road occasionally.
That's not the Low Dutch Road, is it? No,
no,
that's further up.
No, it's the one
It's not there.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You don't have to make these poor people watch this, Tad.
Yeah.
I do have a 1908 painting of Two Taverns.
Oh, cool.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Show them. Ah,
There we go. That church is still there, by the way.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, the church is still there.
Where'd you find that? That's a cool painting.
That is cool.
On the internet.
Amazing. They have that on the internet?
Yeah. You should get it framed.
Historyinthemail.com. It's a 1908 postcard, apparently.
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
I've never seen that.
All of them were colored in Germany.
The postcards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they?
Most of them, yeah.
Why couldn't they just use colored paint
I don't know.
when they made them? So that's the Two Taverns then?
Yeah,
Or is that one? It's hard to tell.
it is, yeah.
Why would they put two taverns right next to each other?
Yeah, that's
Well,
competition.
Yeah.
Keeps
it depends on which side of the road you're on.
I guess. All right. So there you go. We got the two taverns there.
And so they're going to have their meal. So they go into camp. And while they're in camp, at least Geary's division could hear the fighting at Gettysburg.
Okay.
And then eventually, it's a long story, Slocum gets the hint that there's a battle and he should go. And so when he marches from Two Taverns to Gettysburg, it's a much more ferocious march.
Okay.
They push him.
Yeah.
And they get there just as the battle's ending, at least at the battle, outside of town. The Union are being pushed back through the town.
Mm-hmm.
He deployed his men to go connect with Barlow's Knoll. So when he comes up the road at the outlets, he'll take a right and go on Clapsaddle Road to cut across there. Because I guess,
Did you say Barlow's Knoll?
yeah, he's supposed to connect with Barlow's Knoll. Yeah, that's where the line was when he got the message.
Oh, when he got the message.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
by the time he gets there, of course, he realizes that it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And he's sticking out like a thumb.
Right.
And so he decided to recall his men. And the reason I mention this is because this will affect the timing that Howard believes he gets there. Okay, so he was there much before his men came up to Cemetery Hill.
Got you. Okay.
So
All right.
this is where, the Howard, especially Charles Howard, threw him under the bus. And we needed help, and he was so slow. So it's hard to get over slow come.
Mm-hmm.
It just really is.
What a curse of a name.
Yeah, but it's
if I had that name, I'd be running everywhere I go.
I would too.
I just don't want.
That's right.
I don't want anybody accusing me of the slow.
I mean, zip, zip, zip.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's a kind of an unfair assessment of Slocum. But they do arrive. Candy's men led the advance to Gettysburg. Mm-hmm. And when they get here, of course, we know that Hancock's on the scene now, in charge, and he's looking at the situation at that point, and he realizes the Confederates can't take Cemetery Hill directly. because the town's in the way.
Right.
If you've ever been through Gettysburg, you know how many traffic lights we have.
Yes.
You'll never hit them all green.
No.
And the real reason
never
is
do.
you can't form a line in a town.
Yeah.
You keep bumping into buildings. If you form a column, that's a formula for disaster. Ask the bowling pins how they feel about it.
Yeah. Well, ask all the cars that just seem to hit the buildings.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? Yeah. Like there's always a car crash into a building.
Well, they always put the buildings in the way.
That's what I say.
Yeah. And so Hancock realizes that if they're going to get the hill, they're going to have to go around the town.
Yeah.
So he sent Candy's brigade and Green's to Little Round Top. And Kane was in reserve, and then Williams' division is at the outlet mall.
Mm-hmm.
So that the Confederates try and go around that way, they'll run into Williams.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then he was also the one that ordered Wadsworth to take troops to Culp's Hill.
Okay.
And and connect with that hill. So that essentially is the beginning of the famous fishhook at Gettysburg, and Hancock is the architect of that, at least initially. So when you look at it, it's kind of interesting because on the evening of the 1st, the 12th Corps is anchoring both ends of the Union line, in a sense. Candy's brigade will advance skirmishers to the stone wall to Wheatfield. So they're out beyond the Valley of Death.
Okay, yeah.
And 2 regiments, the 5th Ohio and the 147th Pennsylvania, are on the northern slope of Little Round Top. In fact, they have markers there.
Are they kind of off to the left as you're going?
Yeah, they're off to the left. You got that. Remember that big star that's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the 5th Ohio. Or, let me think.
12?
147th
yeah.
Pennsylvania, and that was supposed to be their flank marker.
If you want, gentlemen, you can look up here and you can see sort of what you're talking about here.
Okay.
Now, what time are we talking?
Well, we're talking the evening of the 1st is when they were
Evening
deployed.
of the 1st.
Yeah.
Forgive me. Let me go back to what time are you saying evening?
Probably around 6, 7.
6, 7. All right, let's go back there. Let's see 6, 7, 6, 7.
Somewhere there. My clock isn't set with the rest of them.
Well, and everybody's got different time. Let's just pick 6:40 and see what's happening. Okay, well there they are. There's Candy's brigade.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the 6 o'clock. All right, so there they are. So Candy's brigade. It looks like it's split up here.
Yeah,
You got these guys on Little Round Top.
Yep.
You got the 147th PA, the 5th Ohio.
Right.
And then over here you have the 29th Ohio and the 28th PA.
Yeah.
And then down over here, you've got the 7th Ohio, the 66th Ohio, and Atwell's battery, and then Kinsey's battery up here as well.
Yeah.
So they're basically keeping their eyes on the west and the south.
Right.
Okay.
They're on the left flank of the Union Army. They're the only military presence on the hill, at least combat troops, between 5 in the morning and 5 in the evening when Vincent's men come up.
Okay. Now, at this point, let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit here because I'm wondering now. Oh, look at that. There's Sickles. So there's Sickles.
Yeah. There's Slocum. It says Slocum there, too.
And there's Slocum, yeah. And part
That's
Slocum.
Green right there because Green was just a little north.
Right.
He's at the Weichert farm.
So Sickles, though, it says Bernie Part. So Graham's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're starting to all form and kind of take their place down there.
Right.
Okay. Good. I've never actually looked to see this depicted before, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but they were ordered to go to Culp's Hill on the morning of the 1st.
Okay.
And the timing there is 5 to 6 a.m. as they're going to leave Culp's Hill, move across the back of the Union line, and deploy on Culp's Hill.
This is 5 to 6 a.m. on July 2nd. Yeah.
That's correct.
So let's, okay, I'm going to go there now.
Okay.
You can keep talking. You don't have to always stop.
But I want to see where they're going.
Oh, okay. You want to see too? So let's, what should I say? Let's pick 5:30. Oh, no, 5:30. They're already on the road here.
Yeah,
so let's go back and we'll see with them. We'll see how, they're quite a distance away.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So here, this is where we were before. Okay. So we'll animate this here. So you can see they start to move.
Be still, my beating heart.
There goes Green. There goes Green, and then Candy's brigade is starting to get on the road as well. They're going to take.
Let them go. Good march discipline.
Yeah, no, they're great. Look at them all.
Yeah.
They're all getting online at the same time.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Guys, it's not real.
What?
It's not real.
What are you talking about?
It's like a moving picture.
But this is a satellite image.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Doesn't it go back to 1863 and show us? But
You
as you
have
can
a-
see, they're moving along, and yeah, look at this giant thing. This is a rock quarry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't know that was
Period correct.
period correct rock quarry. But they're moving back, as you can see. They're heading back over to their home. What time do they get back into the Culp's Hill area?
Probably close to 7:30. It takes about an hour to get across.
All right, well, then I'll just skip ahead to 7.
And Green, I believe, is the first to 12th Corps to get to Culp's Hill.
All right.
So he's going to connect with Wadsworth's division at the top of the hill. And then Kane comes in. And then, of course, Candy's put in reserve.
All right, so here we go. We got Candy over here. Is this the setup you're talking about?
Yeah, it looks pretty close.
Sort
to
of.
that. Yeah, you see at the top of your map there where your pointer is, that's where Wadsworth men were
Right.
located.
Yeah, you got Cutler there.
Yeah. And, of course, Cutler's regiments are now averaging a little around 100
Jeez.
after the first day.
Yeah.
The only regiment that has any substance to it is the 7th Indiana.
Because they weren't there
Yeah.
in the first day's fight.
Yeah, they were covering the wagon train, and the colonel decided he was going to go anyway and brought his men in. So,
Yeah.
so that was only one regiment that was pretty much holding the hill on July the 1st.
So then July 2nd comes, they get in on to the Culp's Hill position there, and they pretty much are sitting around waiting.
Well, they had a discussion whether they should have a wall to hide behind or not.
Ah, yes.
You know, that was a big thing. And of course, we don't have that discussion today. You either have something to hide behind or you're dead.
Right.
You know,
So it's funny that it took so long to learn that lesson.
it's a lethargic process, the military mind.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the U.S. Army is like 250 years of tradition unaffected by progress.
Right.
Is basically how you look at it. But they always fight the last war with the new one. But then new technology forces change. So what you see at Gettysburg is that change occurring, where you're starting to build entrenchments.
Yeah.
You're starting to seek shelter from the storm because you stand in a cornfield, you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
They're like the wheat field. Either the wheat field or cornfield at Antietam. Wheat field at Gettysburg are the two bloodiest spots in the New World.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're talking thousands of people. Casualties, and it depends on how big you make the cornfield.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there. So, you know, and that's the technology, and the technology is this rifling they use now in most of the weapons, and it increases distance and accuracy. And so, you know, even the British are going to have to get rid of those stylish red uniforms. They hated to do it. But you're going to get whatever, you're going to be dead. Pal.
Right.
You know,
Speaking of uniforms, Matthew Gillespie just threw us another super chat and said, "Please point out what great taste Charlie has in shirts."
Oh.
Matthew Gillespie is a West Virginia.
Oh, there we go.
Butterfield,
Thank you,
Butterfield.
man.
I think you've received the most Dan Butterfields ever. So it's the West Virginia.
Yeah,
shirt,
they were having this discussion, and Gary's there. And of course, you got to remember, you know, their history is Chancellorsville. And in Chancellorsville, they built a wall and hid behind it. And the problem
Sure.
with the wall is, a lot of people don't realize, you can't move it. I mean, the Great Wall of China has been there for how many years? 1,500 years, hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You know, so if you're going to use the wall, you can't move either.
Right.
Which is why Lee did what he did at Chancellorsville, because he knew once Hooker's men get behind the breastworks, they're not leaving them.
Yeah.
He broke every rule in the book because he knew he could, and he wins a great victory.
Yeah.
You see, so these were the guys. They were the second group, and I might get this wrong, but the 11th Corps was the one that was overwhelmed, and then I think it was the 12th Corps and then the 3rd Corps. They were on that right flank as it collapses at Chancellorsville.
Oh, Chancellorsville.
Yeah, Chancellorsville. Yeah. And so, you know, Geary's sitting there and he's espousing the theory that men that build breastworks are unfit to fight without them. In other words, what they learned in Mexico is offense wins battles that win wars. So you must stay aggressive, must stay mobile, must stay hostile, like the NFL today.
Sure.
So
You give me a good wide receiver, a good quarterback, a good left tackle, you too can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, just chuck the ball.
Right.
Okay,
So-
yeah.
we've all heard many Gettysburg students have heard that Yeah, but the about the bickering between Geary and Greene about the breastworks.
Yeah.
But Geary truly was, once bitten, twice shy, because specifically of Chancellorsville.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's 2 months. You don't forget it that fast.
Yeah, it wasn't. I figured he was just kind of an old-styled, hard-headed individual.
Yeah, that's the way they would. You look at the beginning of the war, and breastworks are not necessarily used.
Right.
You look after Gettysburg; they're always there.
Always used. Yeah.
And so you look at 1863 as that transition from the open warfare of the Napoleonic period, if you will, to the trench warfare, World War I.
That's interesting. So, we say Gettysburg is the turning point of the Civil War. Although I think people are starting to rethink that and maybe say a turning point of the Civil War.
Just one.
But really, 1863 is, you could maybe say, a turning point in the history of Western, at least, warfare.
I think you could do that, sure.
Yeah, because as you point out, it's kind of the death of chivalry, the old way of fighting a war, and this new, all-out, nasty, you better hide because I'm going to get you if you don't type of war.
April 63, Battle of Fayetteville, you've got indirect artillery fire.
That's right.
You've got, warfare's getting...
you had it at Culp's Hill, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
they can't see
63
the
is a big
target.
year.
Yeah.
Getting inventive. They're getting
they had
inventive.
forward observers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were
had
saying.
those guys out there that were telling them, hey, you're shooting too low, you're hitting us.
Right.
Fix your range.
That's the morning of July 3rd.
That's the morning of July 3rd, primarily. You're correct.
You can be off relaxing away from the line and be hit on purpose by someone you can't see, not just accidentally anymore.
Right.
So Greene basically espoused that he didn't give a pinch of owl dung for theory. His concern saving lives, and as the men had the time, they'll build the breastworks. And so Geary acquiesced. He said, if you guys want to order your men to build breastworks, go ahead, but I'm not ordering it. And so Greene went off, and everybody else down the line, fortunately, constructed breastworks. So what's going on July 2nd on Culp's Hill is breastwork
They're
construction.
fortifying it.
They're fortifying an already naturally strong position.
So while Longstreet is moving south to begin the assault on the left, while Ewell's getting in position to demonstrate after Longstreet initiates his attack,
the
Union troops on Culp's Hill are making it an impregnable fortress.
Or at least a fortress. It proved to be impregnable.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're doing something to protect that position, and as we'll find out later on, when Greene is left alone up there, would you say that if they didn't build those breastworks, Greene might have gotten swallowed up? Is it the breastworks?
Well, as men said at the dedication of the monument, it was Stegman, who was in the 102nd. New York. He was the big deal at Antietam about putting monuments up, and, kind of like, I wouldn't say Batchelder, but maybe, I guess he was kind of like a Batchelder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, he said if we didn't build these breastworks, we'd have never stopped them. They'd have ran right over us. And that was in 1906.
Yeah.
Is when they dedicated Greene's monument. And of course, they bitched about it at the time because they had them at Chancellorsville. It didn't any good,
right?
Because where's the battle? It's behind them. The wall doesn't work if the enemy's on the same side of it as you are. Okay,
that's a good point.
So now you look at it. Where's the battle start on July 2nd? It starts on a little round top,
right?
And if you're standing in the breastworks, it's behind you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good point.
So all of a sudden they're saying, "See, we wasted all this time." Building a stupid wall, and the enemy's behind it already.
Right. Okay. But isn't that what soldiers do? They gripe. They groan. They bitch and moan.
Yeah.
Anybody who's taking an order from anybody does that, right?
Yeah. Well, in the Army, that's the standard.
Joseph Moore, Captain Joseph Moore, you know that name?
Yes.
He said, as usual, the Pioneer Corps was not at hand.
Right.
Bayonets, tin pans, tin cups, etc., were improvised as implements in the construction of earthworks.
Okay.
So but like you said, you bitch about them now.
Yeah.
But you're going to thank me for them later.
Yeah. Now Greene, February 63, ordered his men, one man in each company, in each regiment, will have an entrenching tool with them.
Right.
That's what the Pioneer Corps is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 5 regiments.
With 10 men each.
10 men each. You got 50
That's
men.
5,000 men.
No, it's 50 men.
50 men.
Yeah, 1 man per company with an entrenching tool. So that's why their breastworks are world class.
Yeah, because they got a lot of
you
guys.
got that picture of them there with the log on top. And it's state of the art in entrenching in the 1860s.
You need scaling ladders.
Yeah, well, that's what the one Confederate said. Sure
Jones.
enough. Yeah.
Well, so, okay, for anybody out there who's new to all this, and we say breastworks.
Yes.
It's not the same as a trench.
Not quite, no.
Although
There's a trench involved.
there's a trench involved.
Right, because you dig and throw up.
Yeah.
So you're
Well, I would
digging
be throwing up constantly if I had to dig.
You had to dig that much.
If I had to dig in the summertime, you kidding
well,
me?
some of them did because of the smell of
Constantly
the
throwing
dead.
up.
But
Crying,
anyway,
vomiting.
you're digging down on one side and throwing it up on the other.
Yeah.
So you're going down and up at the same time. And a breastwork traditionally will protect you to your chest if you're kneeling down,
Yeah.
not standing up.
Somebody said though that at least at their point in the line, they had dug down deep enough where they could stand and be fully protected.
Yeah, I've read that.
It's if you go today to the battlefield up on Culp's Hill, you can see what remains of these breastworks. It's just a mound of grassy dirt,
right, with rocks in it.
with rocks and stuff in it, and it goes all along the tree line. All you have to do is find where the tree line is in front of the monuments and just look closely, and eventually it'll present itself to you.
It separates where we mow from where we don't mow.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They'll let it grow long in the summertime.
Just like the Great Wall of
if you,
China.
if you cut
Separated
to-
the Mongols, who were nomadic warriors, from the farmers in China,
Right.
where they mowed.
Yeah.
And the Mongols didn't.
And that's exactly
It's the
right.
same
And that's what we have here.
We do.
What do you got here, Courtney?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I've-
Oh, there's a good picture there.
Yeah, I love this rendition here.
Yeah.
And paired with the photo taken shortly after the battle of what you guys are talking about now.
Yeah,
so
that's
just
it.
A bit of a
And you know those that mound is still there where that trench was,
Yeah.
and it's the I was told that it's the only breastworks on the field that have never been altered.
Oh.
A lot of them were reconstructed in the 1890s, and others were redone. You know, for example, if you come off of Culp's Hill, you're approaching Cemetery Hill. There's that mound on your right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's supposed to be breastworks. Well,
Yeah.
if you see the photographs, it was mostly fence rails. And
they piled dirt there
to show you where it was.
show you where it was.
Yeah, but those rocks you see in that photograph,
Yeah.
they're still in the dirt.
They're still right because I was going to
Yeah,
say I don't
yeah.
remember rocks being there,
Yeah.
but I remember it being dirt. So what did they do? Put dirt over the rocks?
Well, they would, but over the years, what happens? Dirt accumulates,
Yeah.
and then grass grows,
Yeah.
and so that's why they look the way they do today.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's the way they looked in 1863 at the time of the battle. Well, you can see the two men there.
Yeah.
One's my favorite rock and roll singer. The guy there, the guy sitting there to the left, that's Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Oh,
That's
Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Times are changing.
Sitting on the wall.
And you know what? They are.
Here
They're
come the
changing.
Reds.
They're changing. You're going into trenches now. Doing
Yeah.
the breastworks.
Yeah. So, and here's who painted this? This looks familiar.
Come
on,
that's
damn
a
it.
great question. Let's see.
Damn it, Court.
What?
It's not you.
Damn it, Tad.
Wasn't
Hey.
me either.
Hey,
All right, well, whatever. That looks. I like that painting. That's good. But you
is
can
nice.
see that's like a depiction of what it looks like too. So they have the breastworks,
Right.
which are piled up to your breasticles, and then they put on top of that a little bit of a space, and then they put a headlog,
That's right.
which protects theoretically
Your head.
the top of your head at least,
That's right, yeah,
But
yeah.
you can get through. You got this space there where you could put your musket
and
through,
it
and you
was
can take aim,
yeah.
and you can get shot in the eye
Well,
or the nose.
that's the state of the art.
Yeah, well, I would rather have that than nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And that's Green. He's an engineer. he laid out the breastworks. If you go look at them, they're right there where they control the whole.
Oh,
They're all the way down.
Yes,
so they're perfectly positioned.
Crossfire going.
Yeah, you look at McDougal's line, and it's perfectly straight.
Yeah,
and it doesn't take advantage of the ground.
no.
It's probably because they dropped there were some trees laying there to be cut up for firewood or whatever, and they just rolled them over there.
Maybe.
Because there's no consistency in the breastworks. Each unit built their own and did it their own way.
That's interesting, but you're right. What Geary's brigade is, what do they call that? Interlocking fields of fire,
Yes.
right? Where, and I was just out there a couple months ago, and I was looking at them, and then for the first time ever, I went and I stood on the Union side of it, but just kind of looked over to see what was, what the ground was like on the other side, and imagine myself as a Confederate coming up that way, and I'm looking over to the right, and there's breastworks firing right into my flank, and I'm like, well, gee, if I were coming at these guys, those guys would be getting me over there.
That's right. Yeah,
and so that you could see there's thought.
That shelf below the 137.
No, I would suggest to the listeners that if you want to go see that, wait till November or December.
Oh, yeah.
When all the foliage is down. If you stand down at the Forbes Rocks and you look at Green's line, it looks like the seawall at Omaha Beach.
It really does.
It's probably the best natural defensive position on the entire battle.
Yeah.
And it's made stronger now with entrenchment.
Yeah. And you're right, you have to go there in November since the park doesn't clear it anymore.
Well, they don't.
Yeah, but they cleared it for like 10 minutes, and it was really cool when they did. But then the next year it was obliterated. So, But if you go in November or post-November, November to March, April.
Right, yeah.
You can see it's amazing, and you're right, it does look like the seawall.
Yeah.
It's very formidable, and it doesn't really look like you're so high up when you're in the Union positions, right? But when you're down in the Confederate positions, you're like, holy shit, yeah, this is something else. And then of course over by the 66 Ohio, it's even scarier.
Yeah, it is.
From their position left.
That's why all the fighting is down along Green's line.
Yeah, and you can see why. You can see why
for the most part.
All right, well, so then let's
get back to Candy.
Let's get back to Candy.
But first,
okay.
2 more requests for Dan Butterfield's. For Charlie, we have to honor that. That's
Dan Butterfield.
I appreciate that, guys.
Dan Butterfield.
And let's make note that
stupid sound effects.
Is that Dan Butterfield?
we have a super chat from Mike Lentz. He's asking a question that will be relevant later. So
you want to hold on to that?
Let's table
that.
All right,
don't let us forget.
Just one question? I thought it was 6 questions.
This is the first of 6. He has 5 more. Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
Go ahead and don't let us forget that.
No,
please.
Yeah.
Okay. Go,
so basically what you have is that the Union line's going to collapse on the left. Sickle salient at the peach orchards. Going to be overrun. So Meade, knee-jerk reaction, orders men from Culp's Hill to go and stop the breakthrough. Mm-hmm. So the entire 12th Corps is ordered off the hill. Uh-huh. All right. And so Williams' division leaves first because they're at the end of the line. Yeah. And so off they go. And Williams, who was in tactical command of the 12th Corps, because Slocum still thinks he's a wing commander, told Geary, you occupy the trenches and I leave. Because Candy's not in the trenches. He's in a second line.
Right.
And it would just be easy for him to just fill in and all would be good. Well, in the meantime, Meade or someone in Meade's staff noticed that Geary wasn't leaving and told Meade, and he sent a word to Slocum. I meant the entire Corps. And so they come over and they tell Geary, you got to go. And this is probably half an hour, 45 minutes later. And we know that Geary starts to leave. And basically the guy that will lead will be Candy, because he's in the rear and they can go the Spangler Meadow, Spangler Lane that accesses the Baltimore Pike. And then Kane will follow, and Green's getting ready to leave when the Confederates attack. So he's allowed to stay. 1 brigade now occupying a position held by an entire corps that morning. And that's another story that we can do. What we already did, Green, I think. Yeah.
So
but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It was less of a persuasive argument on Green's part and more of a necessity.
It's necessity, that's right. Yeah, it was.
Are you sure you want to do this right now?
If I leave, if Green leaves if Green leaves, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, it's over.
Most important.
But anyway, so Candy goes, Kane follows, and they missed a turn at what was McDuffer's golf course.
Okay.
They missed a turn, and they go off the battlefield.
So
Granite Schoolhouse.
Granite Schoolhouse Lane, where it accesses Baltimore Pike, and comes in there, and they got to Rock Creek. And Gary thought to himself, "Isn't this the way we came?"
Yeah.
And so they go to ground there. Now Kane will turn back because he hears the fighting. And remember, Kane's not West Point, not regular Army, so he's not wedded to protocol, so to speak. He says, "The fighting's behind us. Let's go there." And so Keynes comes back as that battle for July 2nd is ending.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this for a bit because we've often joked on episodes before, you and I, about Geary going to the outlets and getting lost and all that.
You didn't know what story he wanted.
But now, and maybe this is not correct. So I want to see what's going on here.
Okay.
Let me just find it if I can. Well, basically, they were under fire. They took Confederate fire, Kane's brigade, and had to halt and face the artillery fire. I'm guessing this is from Benner's Hill. Well, do you know what I'm talking about? Like as they leave, like
Benner's Hill was firing in that direction. Most of it was headed for Cemetery Hill, though, and they would be coming up the Baltimore Pike.
Okay.
So, but chances are what they run into is Confederate skirmishers.
And so whose are those and where are we talking?
Probably be Stewart, Maryland Stewart.
Okay.
Steuart.
Stewart.
Yeah. And his probably be 1st North Carolina because they were a second line in Stewart's brigade on the left of the brigade as they advanced that evening on Culp's Hill. And some of them actually accessed the Baltimore Pike, according to their accounts, and saw nothing there but wagons. And they went back and related that to Johnson, their division commander. And basically, with all the confusion that was going on at that point, I mean, the Confederates are shooting at one another. Yeah. You know, and they don't know who's where.
Right.
And so he said, well, it can't be that easy. It must be a trap. We'll wait till tomorrow.
So here's what I read.
Okay.
This from the brigades at Gettysburg, Brad Gottfried. Leading the column, the brigade was forced to cross an open area that was exposed to Southern artillery fire. Some of the men were hit as they quickly traversed it. Halting on the east bank of Rock Creek and McAllister's Mill, Candy deployed his brigade with its left on the creek and its right near a bridge. So that's right by Lost Avenue, basically.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds like, right?
Right across the bridge there, yeah.
Pickets were thrown out to watch for the enemy, and the rest of the men slept and talked while Geary decided his next move. The two brigades remained there until about midnight when they were ordered back to their original positions on Culp's Hill. Right. So is that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. Okay. And that probably was from Benner's Hill.
See, we always joked about it, and I never stopped you and said, okay, but really what happened?
Yeah.
Because I thought, I just took it like that he actually just got lost, like he went the wrong way and nobody stopped him.
Well,
and then they saw there was a sale at Tom McCann.
Yeah. Well, he basically said he thought he was following Williams' division. And what he was following were men that were separated from their commands and were going down the road to get away from the fight. So he's following what we would call
deserters.
Well, I wouldn't say deserters.
Shirkers.
Or guys that had enough. They just had
stragglers.
Stragglers. They're going. He followed them. It's dark.
Yeah.
There's no lights.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
To orient people, exactly which landmark would be closest? If you wanted to pinpoint where they stopped, they hunkered down. What would be the closest present landmark?
Well, be the Baker Farm, which is right across Rock Creek.
So here, I'll show you right here.
Yeah, so Rock Creek just on the other side.
All right, let's zoom out
Moon's
for a second. Here's Culp's Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
The Baltimore Pike is here.
Not as far as the quarry.
Yes, as far as the quarry.
Right there. Yeah,
so look, here's Neal Avenue. Here's Rock Creek.
Yep.
Okay.
Right
what did they
across
say? The left was on Rock Creek or the right was on Rock Creek?
One was on the bridge. One.
It said,
left
hold
was
on here.
Right, Rock Creek. The right was on.
Now, keep
there
in
we-
mind, the road is not the same road it was in 1863.
Okay, wait. One thing at a time, Charlie.
Okay.
Left was on the creek, right near a bridge. So left was on the creek, right near a bridge. There's a bridge here, but you're saying the road is not the road.
Well, it's different now.
Where?
They straightened it out in the 1930s.
Okay.
So there was more of a curve to it.
Okay.
But anyway, that's where they are.
Okay. But so in this vicinity here.
Yeah, they're just on the other side of Rock Creek, the eastern side.
And this is, for those of you who are always wondering, Lost Avenue, Neal Avenue.
But
There
we
it is.
found it.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We
It's,
found it.
we know where it is.
That's right.
Can you pull out a bit and show us Benner's Hill?
So, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Benner's Hill is, where is he?
Keep
So
going.
over here.
Yeah, right there.
So here's Benner's Hill.
Yep.
So right here, I'll make a little movement there for those of you watching on your phones. Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Benner's Hill. And then Culp's Hill.
Yeah.
Now Benner's Hill, you have to remember this too, because you can't tell this today,
Right.
either standing on Benner's Hill or standing anywhere else, unless it's winter.
Right.
Back then, you could see from Benner's Hill to the Baltimore Pike.
You could.
And so you would be able to put Candy's brigade under fire
Yes.
from Benner's Hill.
You could. That's right.
Now, today, mentally, Benner's Hill seems like it's really far away because the only way to get there from here is to go all the way up through town and then come back. But it's not, as the crow flies or as the shell flies, if you will.
Yeah. There you go.
As the parrot.
As the parrot flies. That was good, Courtney.
There, Courtney's
That was
on us
very
again
good.
today, baby.
That was very good. As the parrot flies, it's not. It's a couple miles, maybe two.
Less. It's less.
like a mile.
It's less than a mile,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Hard to tell on this thing here. So what was your question? Benner's Hill. Yeah, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So Benner's Hill, Culp's Hill, where Kane's brigade and Geary's division stopped.
Yeah.
Not Kane, sorry, Candy. Well,
Yeah.
Kane was with them,
Kane's
right?
on he didn't cross the bridge from what I understand. He didn't
Okay.
get that far. He turned around
Okay.
and went back.
The artillery fire.
And then Pardee Field is where he's going to come under fire from Confederate infantry.
Party Field, which will be right here.
Named for Ario Pardee, who's part of Candy's brigade.
Yeah. I tell you, the first 5 years that I lived here, I thought that's where you took the beer at night.
Yeah, that's what
you know?
everybody. That's where
And
the
then
party is.
the first time I did it, nobody was there, and I was like all disappointed. And then I saw the sign, and I realized it was spelled differently.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And that
it
was
still is.
Yeah. And then I turned around, and there was law enforcement.
Yeah, and now he's back out there every night with beer.
Yeah. He has community service now.
Yeah. I stand out there and I tell the kids, "Don't drink beer, kids. Not on the battlefield."
Not anymore. Yeah.
Don't
All right.
be like me.
Yeah,
kids.
so Candy will come back around 3 in the morning,
All right.
and he goes into position behind Green, who's still in the entrenchments on Upper Culp's Hill.
Okay.
Lower Culp's Hill was compromised and taken by the Confederates on the evening of July 2nd.
So what time are we talking about here? Tad, don't get this part.
Well,
nobody wants to see
it's
this.
about, well, you mean when the Candy comes back?
When Candy's back.
3 to 4 in the morning.
In the morning on the 3rd.
Third, yeah. No, it's probably before the artillery opened fire, so
Yeah,
the
so just
Confederates opened up around 4:30
okay.
in the morning of the 3rd.
All right.
And so Candy's men will come under fire from that. But they're back in their old position. Their right flank is the 147th Pennsylvania, and they're in Pardee Field, or at least on the edge of it.
Right.
And then the left flank will be the 66 Ohio, which was sent to the top of the hill, and eventually will be ordered to go over the breastworks and try and flank the Confederates that were right out in front of Green's line. So they're stretched all the way from the top of the hill to the bottom.
Concerned they'd be swallowed up, right?
Yeah, well,
They would over-
what's his name? Powell, I mean. He will come up and he talked to an officer and he told him what he was ordered to do after the artillery lets up. I'm supposed to go across the breastworks, form at a right angle, and fire into the Confederates that are milling around out in front of the Union line. And the officer probably was Green. He said, "Young man," he said, "don't you realize the enemy's right out there? He said, I expect to be attacked at any minute. You will be gobbled up. And he said, well, that's the orders.
Yeah, like trying to poke a wave with your finger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And so he actually does. The 66 Ohio will jump the breastworks after the artillery fire. And we're looking at probably, let's say, around 5:30 in the morning. And they wheel down the hill, their right flank on the breastworks, their left flank down the hill, and they're firing into the Confederates that are trying now to take Culp's Hill again.
So sort of anchored as far as where that rock cliff.
Yeah.
Down there just
Well, their
drops
left flank's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, if you know where to look, it's a good place to go to have a cold one because nobody goes there.
Cold water.
There's like 11 people that go there a year.
Right, cold water. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's the left flank. Maybe people think it's where Palmer's marker is. Because he was the major and he was killed.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Their one death.
Down the hill. At least they marked him. I guess they liked him because he was a dentist, and they kept their teeth clean or something. But he was well thought of in the regiment. Yeah, so that's where Palmer's marker. But the left flank's further out than that, and they're going to start taking fire from a fence. I believe it's a stone wall that you have to go through on East Confederate.
Oh,
when you come around, I think that's where Jones' brigade went. And they're behind that stone wall, and they're shooting at him from there. Probably one of those guys that got Palmer.
Right.
Not far from the bridge?
Not far from the bridge.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
They're taking fire. Would you like to take a call from Australia?
Oh, okay.
All right. Grant, you're on the air. Unfortunately.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
Good.
Good day.
Bless you, Grant.
Oh, bless you, Court. You're great. Charlie, it's great to have you on the show. I think I could say for all the fans, we always enjoy when you're on the show. So thanks for coming.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate being here.
What the hell do you want, Grant?
Now,
God.
I only have two questions. Thanks, Matt. For Charlie, just like an overall. See, I haven't studied enough about Culp's Hill. It's severely lacking my knowledge of it. Why did you choose to spend so many? I mean, you spent so long on Culp's Hill, just studying in your life. Why did you choose Culp's Hill?
Because I didn't know anything about it either. And I was out there with a friend, and he said, "What happened here?" And I gave him, the general overview of what happened. And he said, "No, what really happened?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." And he said, "Nobody else does either." And so that got me interested in it. I thought, well, here's something that maybe I could learn more about and help other people understand it better. Yeah.
Makes sense.
There's a delay. That's why it takes so long. Sorry.
No. And my other question, just to help with my study of Culp's Hill, what's a couple of books that you would recommend to someone who doesn't know enough, but it's a good overview of the events there? Okay,
I would, if you want to really get a deep dig into it, I would go with Harry Fonz's book, Cemetery Hill and Culp's Hill. Mm-hmm. That's what I would read.
It's like the Bible.
Yeah, it's sort of the Bible on it. There, a general overview would be Coddington's book, Gettysburg, A Study in Command. He does spend a lot of time looking at the command decisions that were made in regards to Culp's Hill. He talks about Greene, Geary, Slocum, Williams, those kind of guys. It's not so much a tactical study as it is an operational one. Mm-hmm. And that's our go-to at the park when we have questions about, orders or who said what to whom. We go to Coddington.
Coddington is a snore, though, Grant.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and so I would go with Fonz there. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's written for historians. So if you aren't a dedicated Civil War historian,
historians and masochists.
Yeah, it's a good thing to cure insomnia.
Hey Grant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Just FYI, my dad is reading the Fonz Cemetery and Culp's Hill book right now, so you could just call him and have him tell you about it.
There you go.
There you go.
But that's the one book that stands above the rest.
Do they have phones in West Virginia?
Yes, but only landline.
Charlie, how come you never wrote a book about Culp's Hill? Like, you're the Culp's Hill guy. Everybody goes to you
Well,
for
I
answers.
had my dissertation. I'm trying to get it published.
Oh, okay.
So it'll come-
1992.
Yeah, 1992. That's right. Very good.
Wow,
Yeah.
stalker.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called being a
No,
fan.
So-
I was trying to look up Charlie if Charlie's written a book. That's why. I
Oh, okay. All right.
More about it.
All right.
Look how
all right.
defensive he got.
Defensive much? Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to get it
See,
published
Matt,
before.
I do homework. I do homework for these episodes.
Well,
Who's got the time for that, Grant?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much,
All
guys.
right.
I'll let you go.
Thanks for
Thank you,
calling in,
Grant. Thank you
Grant.
for the call. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Jeez, that angry little kid.
Oh, Tad, stop.
All right, now, where did we leave off then? I wanted to get Grant in there. We were
Oh,
talking
we're talking
about
66 Ohio.
66 Ohio, yeah.
Yes, and then of course down the line, basically the 147th and the 5th Ohio are going to attack across Pardee Field and get behind that stone wall. So they're up there. All that was along the stone wall were Confederate skirmishers. Now the main Confederate lines behind the Union line that was built the day before. So they're actually, you know where the 1st Maryland Confederate line is?
Right, okay.
Well, that's where their main line is. The stone wall is too exposed to the artillery fire from Powers Hill to be a place to put a battle line. And so they're back seeking shelter from the storm behind the Union breastworks, and then the declivities that are around Culp's Hill. Daniels asked to be moved because he was getting hit with artillery fire from Powers Hill, so they moved him into one of those little, nooks.
like a ravine or something.
Yeah, because there's a few of those along the side of the hill.
So if we go to our animated map here at
Here we go. Look at all those red lines.
look, I know it's
Yes.
getting scary over there. This is gettysburganimated.com. So if you go here, let's animate it and see. So down here is the Pardee Field,
Yeah,
right? Okay,
that's correct.
So this is kind of what you're talking about here as far as the fighting goes, right? We got
Yeah.
Lockwood coming in, and then it looks like Candy's brigade shifts at this point.
Yes.
So the fight hasn't really gotten in. It looks like so Lockwood is what?
He's Williams.
No, I know, but his job is to what kind of? Is he trying to do some kind of? Is he working? Is Lockwood working in concert with Candy, or anybody there? Or are they just kind of all doing their own thing? Sort
Yeah, pretty much. I don't see any kind of
coordination.
coordination there. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, Lockwood advances, and then he sees the 2nd Massachusetts and the 27th Indiana coming in on his flank, and so he had to back out. There, Lockwood is new to the Army. I mean, he's been in the war from the beginnings of West Pointer, well thought of there, but his brigade was added to the 12th Corps just before Gettysburg. And the problem with Lockwood is he ranks Ruger.
Right.
Okay, and Ruger was the one that Williams turned his division over to when he assumed Corps command.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to turn that division over to a person he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So Lockwood was kept as a special command answering only to Williams. So he won't take orders from Ruger. He's not part of Ruger's division as far as the organization. So if you're getting confused, you should be. Because this is kind of confusing.
It is confusing.
And that's why there's a little coordination.
Yeah.
And of course, Candy is in Geary, and Lockwood is answering to Williams. And then the other units that are down beyond Lockwood, like I mentioned, the 2nd Massachusetts, 27th Indiana, that's part of Williams' division that's coming in there. Okay. And then McDougall's men will be in the area as well.
I find so the wheat field
Yes.
is very difficult to understand
It
and
is.
follow.
Sure is.
I think Culp's Hill is a little easier to understand.
But there's a section of it.
There, and I think
Like,
this is it.
As you start trailing off into the later hours of the July 2nd fight,
Right.
and more troops start funneling back, it starts getting more confusing.
Yeah, it does.
And then the morning of the 3rd is like a seesaw back.
Yeah.
It's just a tit for tat. So
Yeah, watch your mouth.
No, I said Tad.
Oh, tit for tat. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, the more troops you get, the more complicated the story gets.
Well, that's just because I'm not good at math.
Yeah, well, I mean, the wheat field is hell in a very small place.
Yeah.
And very confusing. It can be broken down into segments, but that still doesn't necessarily, clear everything up. I think Culp's Hill is even worse, especially on July 3rd.
Yeah.
Those units are replacing others and coming out and going in, and there doesn't seem to be much rhyme or reason to it as you look at it. The Confederates, I think in Fonz's book, he said they made 3 distinctive attempts to push Greene off his perch. So there were 3 major assaults by the Confederates. One first thing in the morning, and then one about mid-morning, and then one around 10 to 11 o'clock. That was the final assault.
Yeah.
Which hit primarily Candy's right flank. That'd be the 147th Pennsylvania, the 28th Pennsylvania, 5th Ohio there, and that was the 1st Maryland, coming into Party Field area.
And that famous painting.
Oh yeah, the charge with the little dog out in front.
Yeah. And I've always been curious. What do we know about that dog?
Okay. There's a lot of stories, of course, and I believe the dog was a true volunteer.
Sure.
They were going through Maryland, and somebody gave him a piece of salt pork, and he just decided to enlist and followed the regiment along. Most people, when they asked the name of the dog, would say Gracie.
Right.
Gracie, and she became the mascot of the 1st Maryland. Mm-hmm. And when they attacked, she was out leading the charge. She's wounded there. And they were hitting Kane's men, which were just to the left of Candy's there. And Kane saw the dog was hit. And when the charge finally ended, the dog was seen licking the wounded Confederates. And supposedly, as Kane thought, trying to alleviate their suffering. Yeah. At least that was his take on it.
Yeah.
And then later, on the barrage before Pickett's charge, shells were hitting into the 12th Corps line on Culp's Hill, and the dog was killed. And so Kane was very, I guess, struck by that. And so when they went to bury his men, he ordered the dog to be buried with his men. And so she was buried where the 12th Corps guys were buried along the Baltimore Pike.
But why, though?
Well, because as he said, that was the only Christian-minded being on the field.
Yeah, and that's why I never tell anybody that story, because I always get choked up.
I know.
I can't hear it.
It's a tough one.
Dogs, whatever you want to people.
Yeah.
But dogs.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Sally's the most famous dog.
Yeah.
Bar none. But
that's the Sadie's story. Gracie's story.
Is much more heartrending.
Yeah.
I think.
But no real further record of what happened after.
What do you want? You want to know if she was fixed? What are you asking?
I get so many questions about dogs.
Well, dogs. She was buried with the men, and I don't know when they dug up the bodies, they probably left her there.
Yeah, that's what I always figured.
Yeah, so her remains are over there along the Baltimore Pike somewhere.
Yeah, is that all right, Matt? Thank you.
So but that was the final assault, and part of it was defeated by the artillery on Powers Hill. The problem the Confederates are going to have on July 3rd, they have no artillery support, and that's because they can't see into the woods to know where to throw the shells.
Right.
The Union have a clear field at least up the corridor of Rock Creek, which runs, pretty close to Powers Hill, so they're firing up in that direction. Of course, they're going to be hitting their own men. Mm-hmm. Eventually, you look at the accounts of all those troops, especially McDougall's brigade, and every one of them has accounts of friendly fire being hit. And that's when they decided that they're going to have runners go back and tell, Muhlenberg, Little Lieutenant Muhlenberg, who's listed on the Pennsylvania Monument with the general officers.
Oh.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you look at general officers PA, Muhlenberg's on that list because he's essentially operating
as a brigade commander.
As a brigade commander, the artillery brigade battalion, if you will, assigned to the 12th Corps. He's in charge of it, and he's a lieutenant.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because usually that would be a captain, right?
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they're in the Union Army, you'll see them as high up as colonels. like Wainwright. He's a
Sure,
colonel.
right.
Yeah, and Major Osborne, 11th Corps.
Oh yeah, no. What am I
yeah.
saying? It's a brigade. It would be, yeah. It wouldn't
it would be, yeah.
At least it would be a captain because no
Major-
higher officers
yeah,
were available.
Yeah, Major Latimer.
Yeah.
Now he's there because Colonel Snowden Andrews was wounded on the march to Gettysburg, outside of Winchester, Stevens Depot.
And
that's where he's wounded.
Okay.
And so Major Latimer took over the battalion when it came to Gettysburg.
Go ahead, Gord.
If we may, for a moment, circle back to Party Field.
Okay, sure.
Mike Lentz's question, which I think is good. I think now's a good time to.
Well, actually, you want to ask him himself?
Oh,
because he's on the phone right now. Michael, you're on the air. 6 questions. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, Mike.
What's going on?
Well, hey, and it's interesting evening. I love this episode. So,
Oh, good.
for me,
Bless you.
You got allergies
I'm having
too?
a conversation in the chat. Oh, kind of. I just had a frosty from Wendy's, and I don't think that was a good idea, given with what I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
well, that's TMI.
So, yeah.
Oh,
But anyway, when understanding the fighting that happens at Party Field, I mean, one of the things that was confusing for me was, where do I stand? Where do I look to see where the Confederates were coming from? Because the road, Geary Avenue and Slocum Avenue, intersect there up above Party Field, and the monuments are there along the road, along Geary Avenue for the 147th and the 5th Ohio. So where should I stand to get an understanding of where the Confederates are coming from?
This is a great question by the great 6 questions. Lens. And you know what could help with that, ladies and gentlemen? Our map here. But go ahead, Charlie, you talk.
I think that guy should be a guy.
You talk. He should be. He should be.
I would stand, if I was showing where the Confederates were, I'd stand on the opposite side of the street from the 1st Maryland, kind of where the 29th Pennsylvania.
So right here is where you would stand.
I would stand there, and you could point out the line down the road where the Confederates are, and then you could see into Party Field from that point.
Party Field is here, ladies and gentlemen.
And so that's probably your best vantage point to see where the Confederates are forming and where they're going.
Let's see what happens.
At that point, yeah.
How exciting. Look at this. The skirmishers are moving forward. Oh, my God, Union skirmishers going back.
Stop, guys. Stop.
Fall back, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right. And that was just in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But once they enter Party Field, see all those Virginia units?
Yeah.
They're going to be hit with artillery fire, and they're not going to go much beyond the stone wall.
Because now they're visible to the artillery.
Yeah, the artillery's and they have a direct line of sight from the Baltimore Pike into Party Field.
Okay.
There's no trees.
You don't have that today.
You don't have that today.
No.
Especially the Napoleons.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, along that, what is that, Hunt Avenue, I guess.
Well, this is a great point you bring up, too, because it's something else that I've noticed is, I don't need to go out that far. Let's go this far. Here, along the Baltimore Pike. So this line here is the Baltimore Pike. Okay. These types of lines here, these are not infantry and reserve. These are artillery batteries.
Right.
So these are batteries all lined up here. And you driving around today, like right here on Hunt Avenue, there's that I don't remember which one it is. Is it Nap? No, it's not Nap.
Well, that's always hit by the car.
Well, Kinsey's one of them. And
Kinsey?
Rugg.
Well, let's we could probably just look on this and find out the answer. But it's right at the end of Hunt Avenue there, right? And you look and see what it's pointing at, and it's pointing at somebody's house.
Yeah, it is.
And there's thick trees behind the house, and you're like, well, it's a wonder we won this battle if you guys are shooting at shit you can't see, right?
Right, exactly.
Shooting at trees. But that wasn't the way it looked back then.
No, it wasn't.
And so they were able to see a lot more that we cannot see today.
Yeah, getting back to the question about, what interested me in Culp's Hill is you can't see it. So you have to actually study it to understand.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I went out there in the winter that I began to get a handle on what was going on, because I could see the terrain.
I must have learned that lesson from you about going out in the winter. And I don't remember if it was something you explicitly said or something that I just gleaned when we went. I don't know if you remember, it's probably 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
A bunch of us hired you to take us out like in February or something.
Yeah.
Right? On Culp Hill.
remember that.
You remember this, Mike?
Yeah.
And we're out there and
Yeah, I
it
was
had
there,
snowed a few times
did,
beforehand. The pavement was fine, but there was still snow on the grass. It was one of those. And it was like that crunchy snow.
Yeah.
But I happened to we were over by Lockwood's, like the 150th New York, that area there.
Yeah.
And I happened to just look off to the, I guess it would be southwest. And I notice, through the trees, I can see the white of the snow, but it's going up.
Yes.
Indicating to me a hill.
Yeah.
And then I go, hey, Charlie, is that Powers Hill? And you said, yeah. And then I saw a car drive by and the sun gleamed off the windshield. And I realized that was the Baltimore Pike. And that was the first time I realized how close everything was.
That's right.
Because prior to that, I avoided going outside anywhere in the winter.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably a good plan.
Yeah. Well, especially around here, it gets really windy, you know. Oh, this winter was terrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, I always avoided that. And this was the first time I ever did it. And usually when I go up on Culp's Hill, it's summer, so it's all
everything's closed.
you can't see anything.
Yeah,
it's like walking in the middle of Manhattan. Like you can't
blinders
see very
on.
far. Yeah,
got blinders on. Yeah,
and I never noticed the sound of the Baltimore Pike.
Yeah.
So this was such an eye opener to me. And then ever since then, I've been saying to everybody, if you really want to understand the lay of the land, you have to come during the winter.
Right.
And I think
it's a shame. But
I think Destination Gettysburg credits me for the rise that we've been seeing in winter visitations to Gettysburg.
Yeah,
and if they don't, they should. But
continue that.
Yeah,
it's odd how we think of ourselves, isn't it?
It's odd what we think of ourselves sometimes, right? All right. Anything else, Mike? Sorry, go ahead. Court had what was the question that Mike did on the thing?
That was just he was asking about the sight lines of the road, which was brilliantly covered by the expert crew.
Yes.
And
wonderful.
Exactly.
Yes, Mike has no more problems with us.
Yeah, and of course the map maker here. Very good.
All right, so nothing else, Mike? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Just a comment here is sometimes the roads and the park avenues themselves can really alter where we draw our eyes to on the field.
Yes.
And not necessarily where they should be drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Just for the sake of how the travel goes through. And that's especially for the wheat field, but also at Culp's Hill.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask that question. So thank you very much.
You're
welcome. Thanks for asking
Mike.
that, Mike. That's a good question.
And that's such a great point. That the way the layout of the park goes is not always leading. It's misleading sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. Sure enough.
It's not always relevant to the interpretation.
No, and it's another example of why you really absolutely should hire a licensed guide when you come here.
Yeah,
especially if it's your first. I would say if it's your first 10 times coming, always have a guide.
Yeah.
Always have a guide. And you know, we always find guides that we gel with, and we hire them again and again and again because we like them. But if you can, or until you do, get whoever you can. Right. Obviously, we can help you if you want to get people who are on the show. But because everybody has a different take on things. They do. And I think that's what's great about just going out with whoever, because everybody's interested in a slightly different aspect of something. And so you can always get you taking one tour is not taking all the tours.
Stand on Little Round Top and listen to the guides.
Yeah.
You wonder if they're talking about the same battlefield.
Yeah.
Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a good experience, because, like you say, they see different things from the hill.
Yeah.
Stuff that's important to point out. Yeah.
So the Canes Brigade, Mike, thank you very much for the call.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And for the super chat.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Mike.
Yes, you too. Feel better. Okay, so so Kane's Brigade, so Party Field, do they eventually get it back? What happens at Party Field?
Well, this is what pretty much convinces the Confederates they can't continue, because having failed to break through at Party Field, what they're trying to do is flank Greene's line, which is on the upper slopes of Culp's Hill, be to the right of Party Field if you're looking at it from the Confederate point of view.
Okay.
They tried to sail Greene's line directly, and they couldn't get anywhere. So now come around and go around it, and the artillery prevented them from doing that. So after the second day, Confederates have no options about flanking. They got to put their head down and drive.
Yeah.
And they tried it and failed. That's Junius Daniels said it was the best defensive position he'd ever seen, and he alluded to the fact that no amount of men could have taken it.
Yeah.
And that's what he said when he had to go up against it on July 3rd.
Yeah, you can again come in the wintertime, go walking in the woods down there, especially down towards the Green Monument,
right?
And take a look at that, and then you'll understand what I think it was Jones who said that you would need the ladders.
Well, it was a man in his brigade.
A man in his brigade.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was Captain Dugan.
Your guess is better than mine.
Who actually said it? But the best place to go in the winter, if you want to see the beauty of Greene's line, is to stand down at the Forbes Rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I was told, and I never realized this before, but that famous sketch of the Confederates there, there's just skirmishers.
Yes.
At the rocks, because as the guy that explained it to me said, you're inflated. And if you stand at the Forbes Rocks and look to your left, Greene's line is bending around there, and they're shooting right into you.
Yeah.
So the main Confederate line was actually behind or east of the Forbes Rocks.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you look at that sketch carefully, you can see the Confederates beginning to mass their final assault.
Got it here on.
Yeah.
I beat you to it.
There it is. And so if you look there on the right,
go to court.
See, the Confederates are starting to mass and come forward. They're at the lower right of the photograph.
Yeah. Right
See,
here.
but there's just a few guys up among the rocks, because you can't stay there very long and not be shot.
Right.
Even though those rocks are massive, they don't protect you from fire from your left.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, because Greene's line is going to, and that's the first time I ever saw it that way.
Yeah.
Because they cleared a lot of those trees out.
Oh, well, and also, because isn't this like one of the kinks in the line in the breastworks that Greene built is facing that way, facing their left.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, yeah.
And you can see that if you go out there in the winter.
See, that's the brilliance of his line. It's not just a straight line.
And if you look at that sketch, that's fairly accurate. And look how few trees there are and no undergrowth.
Yeah. Not like that today.
No, not like that today.
It's like the jungles of Vietnam today.
Yeah, and that sketch, good as it is, does not do justice to Greene's position.
No.
Because you don't see the abrupt going up.
Yeah.
That you do if you go out there. It's an abrupt elevation there that Greene put his trenches on, and it's formidable.
Once you're down in that bowl between the upper and lower summit,
yes,
and that Confederate approach, it's mind-boggling
to
think that you could be caught down there just exposed.
That's one of the reasons that they went up to that stone wall, the 5th Ohio, 147th Pennsylvania, because the assault here on this position you see in the photograph, they're flanking them. They're firing into the left flank of the Confederates, so there were Confederates that had to turn and try and drive them off the wall.
Okay.
And so that might have been, could have been the Stonewall Brigade, could have been part of Stewart's Brigade, in that area that were fighting along those lines. But it's a real confused mess, especially looking at it from the Confederate point of view. It's a tough nut to crack, and it didn't crack.
No.
Now, on July 3rd, that's the longest sustained major fighting of the battle. Starts about 4:30 in the morning, goes about 11:30, 7 hours. And Candy's men are in it. They'll relieve the line at times. At first, they were the first ones to go in and start relieving some of Greene's men that were there the whole day before. They would go in and relieve them, and then they go back and clean their guns, and then they come back and relieve.
Yeah.
Hayes, who's the commander of the 29th Ohio, said that most of his casualties were either getting in the breastworks or getting out of them.
Right.
Because now they're up and exposed, and that's where he lost most of his men. But if you go there and just behind the second line of monuments where Shaler's Brigade monuments are, as you're going up the hill, you're only allowed to go one way. They'd be on your left.
Okay.
Behind them is a drop-off, and that's where the Union forces were going to, to replenish their ammunition, clean their guns, maybe get a bite of hardtack or whatever, and then wait for their turn to go back in the trenches. Now, the question is, nearly 23,000 men, 40 yards apart, 7 hours. How many bullets are fired?
Well, you already know the answer.
I do know the answer.
You did the figuring.
I did. I counted the holes in the trees during COVID.
And I must say, from your prior Culp Hill episodes, I use this tidbit of information. People ask me, how many bullets are still out there? How many bullets are still? And I use your figure. I say this is just one sector of one portion of this.
It's like 18 acres.
Yeah, yeah.
1,526,500. There's only about 7 million fired here. If you add in July 3rd, you're close to 2 million bullets are fired.
Yeah. Just on Culp. So you're saying 7 million fired on the whole battle.
Yeah.
And about two of them are fired on Culp's Hill.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hoofa. That's crazy.
That is some sustained firing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got the way they use the reinforcements and the way they replenish the line.
Yeah.
You just had constant rate of fire going. Yeah. How could there not be that many bullets expended?
I know, they're just blowing them.
But also, you pointed out July 3rd, 7 hours of fighting, and about 4 hours of fighting July 2nd?
About 4 or 5
so
July 2nd.
11, 12 hours total fought over Culp's Hill.
Yeah.
What other part of the battlefield that's more famous than Culp's Hill has had that many hours fought over it?
None.
None of them.
Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima. Yeah. Well, it's kind of the Iwo Jima. Now, if you look at casualties, I just want to bring this up. Kane's men had 1,798 men, according to one account. Here, they lose 139 of them, 7.7%.
Yeah.
That's the least amount of casualties in Geary's division. Kane's brigade, which is smaller, has three regiments. They're going to lose 14% there. And Greene, who held the hill on the 2nd by pretty much on his own, he did get some help from 1st Corps units and some 11th Corps units, which probably tipped the scale in his favor. But anyway, he's going to get 21% casualties.
Yeah.
And so one of the reasons why people don't think there's much going on in Culp's Hill is the casualty rates are low.
Yeah. For the Union.
For the
Union.
What are they for the Confederates?
Well, if you take away the missing, the captured, Johnson's division will have the same casualty rate as Pickett.
So what was that, 45% or something like that?
Yeah, something like
40
that.
something?
Yeah. So now Pickett's men, a lot of them were captured, so that kicks him up to the 60 percentile there. But
kicks Johnson up.
No, kicks Pickett up with the capture.
Oh, so you're taking out the capture.
Yeah, I'm taking out the capture.
Oh, no. So I'm sorry. With captured, Pickett, I thought was in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
And then...
eventually some of them returned.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not here. I'm so used to Mike's six questions being in the back.
Yeah. It's
Damn it, Mike.
So I always kind of settled on about 3,000 or so Confederate casualties at Culp's Hill. Is that about?
Yeah, a little more perhaps.
Okay. A little more.
Johnson's division will suffer more casualties on Culp's Hill than the American military sustained in the War of 1812.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just his division.
Say that again.
That's his division.
Johnson's division will take more casualties on Culp's Hill than the U.S. military sustained in the War of 1812.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they did it in basically, 10 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours to 4 hours on July 2nd and then 7 hours on the 3rd.
Huh.
So, and it's just given the amount of lead flying, like you said earlier and pointed it out, there's no place on the battlefield you see that kind of volume of fire.
No, but also think, Charlie, too, the trees.
Yes.
The branches, so the artillery going through and just taking branches down. And, like some of those branches are big.
Oh, yeah.
And taking maybe tops of the trees off and everything.
Yeah.
And then there have to be, I know there's stories of branches and pieces of tree falling on guys.
Yeah, true enough.
How about do we have, I think of Master and Commander when the little lieutenant got the piece of wood through his arm in the beginning, that battle in the beginning?
Yes.
There's wood flying everywhere.
Yeah,
There's got to be horrific injuries from splinters, giant splinters flying through the air.
Yeah.
But we don't hear that much about that. We don't really hear a lot about Culp's Hill, and it's such a shame because it's like we point out the amount of hours, but that has to be intense fighting too.
I can think of something unique to Culp's Hill.
Go ahead.
Air rifles.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
5th Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that. So tell us about that.
Hey, go ahead.
Contingent of the 5th Ohio, either back in the supply train or something, had access to these pneumatic air rifles.
Yes.
You'd pump a certain number of pumps into the reservoir and
build up pressure.
And
like my uncle's BB gun.
Yeah, BB gun or pellet guns. We had the pump up the.
Yeah.
Then it went to CO2.
Yeah.
And
then everything
more
was
modern.
fun.
But the pneumatic.
Kind of like a bike pump. You'd use a bike pump.
Well, they took them on the Lewis and Clark expedition. Because they weren't sure, if you're going to have gunpowder all the time.
Right, yeah.
So at least you can shoot something at them.
Oh, God, yeah. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
So they had access to them, but did they have them in the battle?
They
did. So they used them in the battle. It's not that they were back in the wagon somewhere.
And I don't. Was it a company? 2 companies?
It might have been a company at least.
Okay.
Yeah, and they would carry a regular rifle too. I think these ones weren't very heavy.
What size ball did they fire?
Oh, geez, it was smaller.
Probably 45.
Yeah,
maybe?
somewhere in there.
Something
Yeah,
like
so in the
that.
40s. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
it's so fascinating.
It doesn't make noise.
Yeah,
it doesn't leave smoke.
Yeah,
so you can't tell where you're being shot at from.
But is it enough to penetrate?
If you're close enough,
close enough,
it'll penetrate.
like a pellet gun.
Yeah, like basically.
a pellet.
They can fire that like a 45 caliber ball. They can shoot them out there at about 1,000 feet per second, maybe a little less.
Yeah,
if you really pump them. They still make commercial variants of that type of design, and people use them for hunting. And
I've seen.
True.
I think they have a few of them at Walmart. They go like 2,500 feet per second.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to buy it because it was only like $200. I was
they're not
I might as well get one.
I got one.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. So they would use that mostly on the skirmish line. The skirmish company has
very sneaky.
Yeah, because you're on the skirmish line and you shoot at somebody, they know where you are. They're going to shoot back.
Right.
Never go on the skirmish line with a brave man.
No.
Because he's going to draw fire.
Right.
Yeah. If you stay down and don't shoot at them, they won't shoot back at you because they're in the same situation you are. Yeah.
Never do that.
Yeah.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Yeah. And another thing about, Candy's men will capture a Confederate flag. Edward Pollock of the 7th Ohio.
Well, we don't have to use...
We don't need to make fun of their heritage.
My people have overcome.
Yeah.
Well, that's his name. He can't help
Polish American. Just call him Polish American.
That's his name.
His name isn't Pollock.
Yeah, Pollock.
Pollock. Pollock.
Pollock. Pollock.
It is Pollock.
Yeah, he's a corporal. And, of course, they don't know the circumstances. Basically, what I think had happened in the accounts that I've read, on the 4th of July, he goes down to see the slaughter. And he's looking at the dead Confederates laying around in front of the line, and he sees this flag, and he picks it up. It's the flag of the 4th Virginia Stonewall Brigade.
4th or 14th?
4th. 14th is in Armistead's brigade.
I know.
Yeah, and they didn't get to Culp's Hill. They were headed that way, but they didn't quite make it,
So, yeah. No, it's funny you say that because one of the lines I highlighted here, I have to talk to Brad about this. He needs to do a second edition.
Yeah.
After the battle, both Candy and Colonel William Creighton claimed that the 7th Ohio captured the 14th Virginia battle flag. This was impossible, as the 14th belonged to Armistead's brigade of Pickett's division. It was actually the flag of the 4th Virginia.
Right. That's correct.
So there you go. No, so I'm sorry, I didn't read beyond that second sentence.
So
but he's got it correct. Never mind, Brad.
There's 3 flags taken by the 12th Corps on Culp's Hill. 2 on the 2nd, 1 on the 3rd, and none of the men that captured them got the Medal of Honor.
Because they didn't get it during a fight?
Well, they just picked them up. They were laying there.
Yeah.
Now, how many flags were just picked up in Pickett's charge?
Probably a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
And they all got Medals of Honor.
Sure. Well, they had better commanders, I guess.
Well, they had better
that lobbied for them.
You know, it's Pickett's charge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really kind of a disservice to the men that fought on Culp's Hill that you get these flags and nobody gets credit for it.
Yeah.
And that's because of the circumstances. Because Goddard, commanding 60th New York, he explained the circumstances. The men that were carrying the flag were all shot. We just went out and picked them up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I mean, I would think, like, depending on how many, not of course in every situation, but like, I just can't imagine, color bearer after color bearer after color bearer goes down.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, everybody's like, F that flag.
Yeah, well,
I'm not picking that up. You pick it up.
There was a guy.
It's radioactive.
Yeah. The guy in the,
I'm not scared. You're scared.
I think it was the 1st Texas that the officer told him to pick the flag up. He said, no, sir, I'm not picking that thing up. Everyone that touches that damn thing gets shot.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, it's silly.
Yeah.
It's silly. I mean, I guess it's brave because your chances of being a target are a lot
You're a special
higher.
guy if you carry the flag.
You're special, all right.
Yeah, for a moment.
Yeah.
Everyone would be special for a moment. Who wouldn't want to be king for at least a day?
I don't know if I want to be color bearer special.
No, I don't
because
want to
that
be.
moment of special is fleeting.
It is.
And it's not a type of special life.
That seems worse than being a king.
It would be. Yeah. It's the focal point of the enemy's fire.
Can I draw our attention to 2 very important super chats?
Well, do you want to hold on to those till we come back, or do you want to do it now before we go to the break?
I just wanted to see if Charlie needed some time to prepare.
All right, why don't we go ahead? Tell Charlie.
Charlie, Grant and Eric.
Okay.
Want to know if you're going to sing for us before this is over. Perhaps Hello, Dolly?
Well, goodbye, Dolly.
What we could do is we could work on Charlie during the break. We'll let him practice. Give
me some gin.
Here's a previous. Well, there's some whiskey behind
I
you.
got hydrogen and oxygen. Right
Hydrogen.
I like it mixed.
Here's a prior performance of Charlie doing the hit Broadway song "Hello, Dolly."
Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. Oh my God! Yeah, I should take that on the road.
Lay us out, Charlie.
People will want me to be on the road if I sing it out.
So maybe we'll talk to him during the break, and maybe he can warm up and do another rendition of that for you. Since you did, but we did ask him for you there, ladies and gentlemen, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's it. Why don't we do this? We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We've got questions from the audience. We want to hear your calls. Call in 717-420-1978 is the phone number. And just a little something here for our entertaining purposes here and things. On the way out into the break, we're going to play a classic from the Temptations. They wrote it about the problem that has persisted in Gettysburg for decades. Cars crashing into a building. We'll be right back.
A car crashed into a building. That's the 31 this year. If they didn't put those buildings there, the road would be clear. Just driving along without a care. Next thing you know, a building is right there.
At Digital History Pioneers Foundation, we are about grassroots history on digital platforms. That means we are about podcasters, documentarians, YouTubers, and even TikTokers. All of these creators are out there trying to share their love of history with the public. They don't need ideas, they need funding, both from viewers and corporate donors. DH Pioneer's initial funding focus is on the Civil War era, with a special emphasis on the Addressing Gettysburg podcast. So be a vital part of the unique content Addressing Gettysburg has in store by donating at dhpioneers.com and help bring your love of history to the people. Digital History Pioneers is an IRS Section 501c3 approved charitable corporation that makes any donation tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law.
The Gettysburg Museum of History, located right here in the center of Gettysburg, PA. Owner and curator Eric Dorr grew up here and has spent his life collecting and preserving history through artifacts ranging from the Civil War, the Battle of Gettysburg, World War II, presidential items, pop culture, and more. His museum is free and open to visitors Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 5 p.m., where you can stop by and immerse yourself in some of the most amazing artifacts that you would never believe exist in the middle of Gettysburg. If you're a fan of Band of Brothers and Everything Easy Company, you'll love his exhibit featuring the Dick Winters collection and artifacts from D-Day. You can even own your own piece of history by buying one of the many relics they have for sale in the museum and on the website gettysburgmuseumofhistory.com. The Gettysburg Museum of History is a non-profit 501c3 organization with a foundation that allows all purchases and donations to keep the museum operating and open free of charge. They have been featured on the History Channel, the Travel Channel, the Smithsonian Channel, and the Science Channel. Now you can check them out on American Artifact, the series on the YouTube channel, The History Underground. So that's the Gettysburg Museum of History at 219 Baltimore Street or the gettysburgmuseumofhistory.com.
If you like this podcast and what we're doing here, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Charge tape.
That's another great question.
Who can forget the sounds of the 60s?
The 1860s. I can't, and you can't either. Now, there's Marching Through Georgia, the exciting new album by Billy Webster. All of your favorite hits of the 1860s in one place. Such hits as Gary Owens, The Battle Hymn of the Republic, All Quiet Along the Potomac Tonight, Marching Through Georgia, and much, much more. So what are you waiting for? Go to billysongs.com and order your digital download of Billy Webster's Marching Through Georgia today. That's billysongs.com. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300. To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention Addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
No, it's not oregano.
No?
No, it's something better than oregano, Charlie.
Oh my gosh.
It's Little Ground Top.
Little Ground Top.
Little Ground Top. One of the greatest things ever in the history of American history.
Right next to dysentery.
Right next to dysentery, you've got Little Ground Top. You can't have dysentery without Little Ground Top.
Wow.
There is no D in Little Ground Top dysentery.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. All joking aside, people love Little Ground Top. Here's a letter. Here's a letter I got from somebody just the other day. Dear Matt, Little Ground Top is wonderful. Judy. Thank you, Judy. You know what you could do? You can go to addressinggettysburg.com/cafe and you can get yourself some Little Ground Top. It's got notes of, you think I'd memorize this by now, cacao, wildflowers, and toasted sugar, okay? And if that's not enough for you, then you know what I think is really going to get you? It helps support Addressing Gettysburg. Now, I know you're like, yeah, but I got to pay to get one of these bags. Yeah. But you get something delicious in return. A lot of people don't understand that. There's usually a give and take. This isn't like a tax where you get really nothing of value and you have to give that money over anyway. This is something where it's a minor cost.
Ooh, I was going to say, finish that.
Compared to taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get abused after paying for this bag. Your taste buds get pampered.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Your taste buds are pleasured.
You need to think of Little Ground Top as mandatory as taxes.
It's exactly.
Yes.
In fact, that's your tax for listening to Addressing Gettysburg and for existing in the same space that we have to breathe.
Let me get a smell of this.
Yeah, take a whiff.
Ready?
Take a whiff. You might have to open it because that's not. Okay. That was a whiff.
That's pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah. Cacao.
No, cacao, not caca.
Not caca.
Jesus Christ. God, with friends like you, who needs enemies, right, Court? Anyway, Little Ground Top, addressinggettysburg.com/cafe or 82 Steinway Avenue. That's where you can find it here in town. Also at the Ragged Edge on Chambersburg Street and possibly a couple of other places coming soon. We'll talk about that if and when that ever happens. We'll be right back right now.
Super chats of $10 or more rise above the din in the comments section. Now that that's out of the way, let's ask a Gettysburg guide. Here's Matt and the gang.
Thank you. Man, I'll tell you, there's something about Court's sultry voice set to B.B. King style fake blues. I tell you.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me feel less like a man.
Wow.
Listening to that.
That Courtney girl, huh?
Now, you want to sing us anything, Charlie? Do you want to sing for the audience?
What do they want me to sing?
Well, I mean, whatever's in your heart.
How about one verse?
Okay.
How about, didn't you have, I don't even know if that's politically correct now. Didn't you change the words to Shorten and Bread about guiding?
I did.
What, can you do that?
I'll do a verse.
All right, do a verse, just a verse.
My little baby loves.
All right, wait, hold on.
Come on, man, you got to get with it. I'm ready to roll here, you know.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, God bless us.
Okay, Mammy little baby loves guiding. Mammy little baby love guided tours. Mammy little baby love riding on a guided tour. On the first day, Reynolds got shot. Guide will take you right to that spot.
There you go.
Go the peace light, you gotta get out. Guide will tell you what it's all about. Mammy little baby love guiding. Mammy little baby love guided tours. Mammy little baby love riding on a guided tour. On the second day, rebels went around 20th Maine, they held their ground. They ran out of bullets, but don't you fret. Chamberlain ordered a bayonet. Mammy little baby love guiding. Mammy little baby love guided tours. Mammy little baby love guiding on a guided tour. On the third day, rebels did charge. The Union line refused to budge. 12,000 men came across that field, but the Union boys refused to yield. Mammy little baby love a guiding. Mammy little baby love guided tours. Mammy little baby love riding on a guided tour. Tour's over now.
I thought you were doing just one verse.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll stop there because the next one's more for the guys, you know. After the battle, Lincoln came to town.
Yep.
And helped to consecrate that hallowed ground. Tour's over now, and then you see, and don't you forget that. Wait a minute, tour's over now, and tour's over now.
Here's your fee.
Yeah, here's your.
Don't you forget
that
to
gratuity. There you go. That's the way it works. I haven't sung that in a long time, so I'm a little rusty.
Wow, very good, Charlie.
Thank you.
Charlie Fennell, ladies and
Thanks
gentlemen.
for the request.
There you go.
I'll brush up on it, you know, get a background band, take it on the road.
Wow. That felt like that scene in Glory around the campfire. Right?
They were drinking that good Gettysburg coffee grind.
That's right. They were drinking a little ground top.
A little ground top. There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask some questions to Charlie Fennell. That is the name of the game. Of course, if you want to call in and ask a question, it's 717-420-1978. $10 or more Super Chats will be read on the air. Robert McGee. Or is it Maggie? Magee. Either way, Robert, he says, what exactly happened that led to Geary's brigades getting lost on the Baltimore Pike? Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. I kind of ruined that for you.
Yeah.
He said, I've heard they both simply missed their turn, but also that Geary mistakenly wound up following stragglers, assuming that they were headed to the Union left flank. Is there any definitive evidence on this? Okay, well,
Geary said so himself.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
He was following the stragglers.
Yeah, he thought it was the tail end of Williams' division.
But as we established,
right,
they were under fire.
Yeah.
And because of that, they thought perhaps that there were Confederates coming from the east-ish, right? And then they had to stop and throw out skirmishers and prepare to receive whatever might be coming their way.
Correct.
And nothing came their way.
Right.
So it's not that Geary is this always seemed like every time I ever heard anybody talk about it, and it wasn't just you and me talking about it. For many times, everybody always makes a joke about Geary getting lost.
Right.
And they kind of just, Geary, he just got lost out there. They'll make an outlets joke or, something like that. And, but it was a little bit more than that. I don't think he was really, maybe he was misguided by following the stragglers.
I mean, it's hard to find that turn in the dark. Get on the Granite Schoolhouse Lane. I mean, it's not.
You just go to the mini golf course and you turn right.
Yeah, well, they removed it.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's why he couldn't see it.
That's why he couldn't see it. Yeah, I forgot.
So he just missed the turn. There's no sign says Granite Schoolhouse Lane.
Right. Now there is, but not then.
And the road is different now because it came kind of straight out, and it wasn't as wide as the road is today, so it would be harder to find.
So, so you're saying that the road didn't curve the way it does and terminate where it is now? Yeah. It kind of...
Well, if you look at the sketch, I mean, that part of the road does, to some degree, follow the current road. And then there's a lane that comes in as you're looking at to the left of it. Okay, and if you ever seen that sketch that Forbes did, there's wagons on the Granite Schoolhouse Lane, and the infantry's marching down this lane to get to the Baltimore Pike. So either one of those would be very difficult to find if you didn't know they were there in the dark.
I see. Okay.
So that's why he misses the turn.
All right. What was the relationship like between Candy and Green and Kane, for that matter, and the division commander Geary? Yeah, how did they get along?
I think
Geary?
they got along pretty well. They're all, on the same team. They had the same background, the same history. They fought together before the 12th Corps was formed, and then once the 12th Corps was formed, I don't see any friction. Throwing one under the bus, so to speak. Green's a professional. Geary is a facilitator, and he's considered one of the best amateur officers in the whole Union Army. That means he doesn't have a military background, an education, if you will.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of harmony in Geary's division.
Robert says that from what he's read, it seems that Candy was kind of old school, rigid, and Geary had a huge ego. Was that a way to describe the personality?
Candy's going to be old school. He's a regular Army.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Green.
Right.
But Green's willing to.
He's literally old school.
Yeah, he is 62 here.
30 years older than Candy.
The wild card's kind of Kane because he comes from a very wealthy Philadelphia family.
Yeah.
So
the Canes of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Matt Roof says, I'm curious how Candy felt about the dilemma of digging in on Culp's Hill. Yeah, what did he think about it? I mean, obviously they did it, but did he have any thoughts that we know?
Well, not so much that they expressed them, but he said his men went about it with some enthusiasm. The one that really expressed any kind of contrary opinion was Green. The other ones just sort of, sat there and listened to Geary and Green going back and forth. And that was not necessarily a hostile argument. It was more of a discussion.
Yeah.
There. So I would assume that Candy would go along with the decision made. Now, his men don't necessarily build the breastworks because they're in the second line.
Right.
Yeah, so they're not building them.
Right.
So he wouldn't have any reason to build them. They're in the column of regiments, which means they're not in a line at all.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, they're ready to be plugged in as reserve.
Yes, they're ready to move here and there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Harry Evans says, how significant was the backstabbing in the brigade? Was there a lot of backstabbing in Candy's brigade?
Not necessarily. I haven't come across anything major. I mean, there's always, people trying to get promoted.
Sure.
That sort of thing. And certainly Candy would like to be a general. He becomes brevet brigadier, by the end of the war. So he is breveted brigadier general there. If there was any backstabbing, it probably happened when they went out to the Western Theater.
Well, I'm wondering, because I'm wondering what Harry's talking about, because he has three questions. Okay. How significant was the backstabbing in the brigade?
Yeah.
How did the brigade survive with all the leadership deserting? And did any of the leadership desert at Gettysburg?
Okay, here's the deal.
There's a deal.
29th Ohio.
Okay.
Stevens is the commander, Captain Stevens. The adjutant accused him of cowardice at Cedar Mountain.
Okay.
Okay, so the men don't like him. And some of his associates are question his ability to command the regiment. At Gettysburg, he gets a slight wound and absents himself, and leaves. And the adjutant said it was just a slight wound. There was no reason for him to leave. But they were happy he did.
Okay.
Because then Hayes takes over and he does a really good job. Stevens doesn't. I think he does return to command later, but he's not real popular with the men of the 29th Ohio. Let's see what I have here on him. He's born Pierpont, Ohio, wounded July 30, musters out 9/9/64. So he did come back into the regiment, I guess, at that point. But he mustered out in the Western Theater.
Oh, okay.
Because by that time they're out west. He actually volunteered to be a part of the Utah expedition before the Civil War when they went out there to bring Brigham Young under control. Yeah, but he's not well liked. So if there's any backstabbing, that's where it's coming from right there.
It's also Michael Jackson's favorite university. Ken Wyman. Ken Wyman, who's in the back there. Ken, would you like to ask your question live to Charles Fennell?
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Come on up to Tad's microphone.
There we
And
go.
an axe. Oh, wait. Do you know the question? Do you need the list? You got it? Oh, look at that. Okay.
Hey, Ken.
All right, go ahead, Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, do you believe that Candy's brigade was instrumental in the Union defense? And do you think the rest of Green's division would have held without him?
And what's the rest of what you said?
With Green's division would help.
Would
Brigade would
Green's
help.
brigade have held on their own without Candy's
Right.
brigade being there?
But the next sentence is, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this matter.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what-
Kane was a major player on July 3rd.
Uh-huh.
You know, his men are plugged in and they're relieving Green's line. Green has a lot of help on the 3rd besides Candy. You have
chocolate.
You have Shaler's brigade coming in. You got McDougal. You got Williams' divisions back. So Green's probably not going to be able to be moved. On the second day when Green needed help, Candy was moving off the field. So he's not a factor in the fighting on the second day. Most of those casualties, if not all of them that were cited, were third-day casualties.
Okay.
For the most part. Yeah, so, he's definitely instrumental in the defense of Culp's Hill on July the 3rd. I call them the forgotten heroes of Culp's Hill. So, yes.
All right. Ken Miller. Let's see. He's got a bunch of questions here. I'm going to pick a couple of them here. Okay. The quote, "Boys, keep the colors up,"
yes,
is associated with the 5th Ohio. What is the full story behind that moment?
That was before Gettysburg. It was in, let's see, I think it was in it might have been Cedar Mountain, where they kept getting the colors shot down. And so the idea was to keep them up, keep moving forward. Yeah.
This is a good one because
that is a good question.
Yeah.
I have to look into that more.
Seriously. Okay, so this is a question that could also have a broader answer.
Sure.
The 7th Ohio had the nickname Roosters.
Yes.
What is the story behind that name, and how does it relate to their commander, Colonel William Cockface?
Did he get... No.
Get it? Get it? Because Roosters, cock... All right, no. But so that is... That is the question. However, there's another question that's related. 5th Ohio had some colorful nicknames such as Owls and Wide Awakes. What are the stories behind those nicknames? Birds, nicknames with the regiments.
Yeah, the early ones seemed to take a bird to represent them. Now the owl for the 5th Ohio, Cincinnati was named for Cincinnatus, who was
the Greek
Roman
owl. Roman owl.
Yeah. And
God
so
of owl.
that's where they probably got the bird. The Cleveland guys of the 7th took the rooster, because they were the fighting cocks of the. And at Battle of Kernstown on March 23rd, 1863, they came under fire there in that battle against Jackson's men, and Creighton had them crow like roosters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was their battle cry. Was the cawing of the rooster.
Okay.
And they had little identification tags made, some of them, with actual roosters.
With roosters on them,
Rooster
yeah.
on them, that's right. And that was kind of the symbol of the regiment.
Creighton is what I called Colonel Cockface. So
Colonel Creighton, yeah. He survives the war.
Does he?
Yeah.
What does he go on to do?
I don't know. He's a merchant in Cleveland, I think, after the war's over. That's why I took all these copious notes that I can't read. But anyway, let's see, 7th Ohio.
Sweet jumping, Jehoshaphat. Ken Miller has, I think, at least 72 questions.
No, he doesn't survive the war. He's killed at Ringgold, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in 1964.
There's a couple. Okay, so there's a couple. There's literally a page and a half of questions.
Okay.
From Ken Wyman. Good for you, Ken.
Yeah.
Not Ken Wyman. Sorry, Ken Miller. So many Kens. Okay, so I'll get a couple more here. Let's just pick a random one. Well, he really did his homework. The 29th Ohio was founded by Congressman Joshua Reed Giddings,
yes,
a radical abolitionist. How did that origin shape the regiment's culture and motivation? Were they a particularly activist regiment?
Yeah, there were probably some abolitionists in it, but I wouldn't say it's, it was, Giddings was a very popular congressman. In fact, the regiment was known initially as the Giddings Regiment, which was named for him. And of course, Ohio was a hotbed of abolitionism. there as well. You know, what was it? Western Reserve, the university there. That was they were co-ed, which was not done in those days, and they allowed African Americans to go there to college, which was
really
kind of a no-no. Yeah. And that was one of the abolitionists.
Well, but that's like everything.
Yeah, everything.
All at once.
Yeah, all at once. Yeah.
When no one else will do any of that.
So, you know, that was pretty popular in Ohio, abolitionism.
Yeah.
At least in the upper part of the state.
Yeah.
The southern part's a little different,
Well,
like Cincinnati.
Still is.
Yeah, sure is.
I'm just kidding, all the Ohio people out there. I know.
But,
a lot of you are Court, you're trying to talk.
Giddings, if I'm not mistaken, tried to interview guys who were joining the regiment to determine whether they were truly abolitionist in sentiment. So kind of like a vetting process. I don't know how radical they were, but
right. But So
could you, for the love of God, speak into the microphone?
Here's the thing: you tell me to back up because I'm not framed right, and then get this out of the way, and then I move it like this. It's in there, and
I get mine out of the way.
There you go.
I've been hiding behind it the whole time.
That's okay. That's all right.
They liked abolition.
Yeah, it was becoming a very popular sentiment.
Oh my God!
I know it's a brave stance, but they had it.
Yeah.
Well, back in those days, that was
Not for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, please. You would have been cowering like everybody else. Please.
Yeah.
Court's like, where's the biggest boulder I could find?
Yeah.
Let's see. How about this one? There was a letter from Robert H. Russell, 1st Lieutenant, 66 Ohio, to his uncle that was written on July 4th. What are some of the accounts of the battle that he shared in that letter? Do you know off the top?
No, I didn't bring the letter with me.
I thought you were going somewhere with this, Ken. All right, that's...
Yeah, the letter might be in Buckeye Blood, which was about the Ohio troops that were at Gettysburg. There's a lot of them at Culp's Hill.
Well, I think one of the most important things to point out right now is that 1, 2, 3 people donated or gifted money because of your singing.
Because of your singing.
And
there was we need to do a charity event with you.
There was $24 behind the request, the request to hear you sing. There's darn near $40 behind the gratitude.
Oh, well.
Wow.
So,
sing another one, Charlie.
Up the end of it,
Sing Old Man River.
No, that's too close to home as I'm getting older,
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. So, no, really, thank you, everybody, for the super chats and everything.
Yeah.
This has been our most vigorous super chatting session.
I think so.
to date.
I haven't. There's no running total here, but it looks every time I look up, there's another one. So thank you all. You're very kind.
Yes.
And I think that's pizza now for the next 2 shows.
All right.
Well,
okay.
Just living off the interest here.
Yeah, exactly.
Modern day hardtack.
I'm going to compound that interest. Modern day hardtack. Yeah. That's what it turns into. All right. Let me make sure there's no calls. Okay, good. No calls. Very good. Not good that I don't want to hear from you, but I think we'd all like to go home. As you might be able to hear, we're all a little... we got allergies or something.
We're getting a little punchy.
Yeah, we're getting... and that too. We're getting punchy.
Yeah.
But Tad, how's everything going back there? You okay? Good? You good?
Oh, yeah.
There's Stephen Taft is over there.
Yeah.
Ken's back there.
Back there.
Faye Boggs. I was going to introduce her. Faye Boggs, one of our listeners and patrons. She was here. She was sitting back there. I was going to introduce her after the commercial break, but she left during the commercial break.
She couldn't hang.
Couldn't hang.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle. She's not cut out for showbiz.
Sorry, I meant she couldn't.
She's not
hang.
cut out for the fighting on Culp's Hill. That's too long. It's too long.
Yeah, she couldn't handle that.
Long fighting.
Give her something short.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are a wonderful crowd, and we always enjoy hanging out with you. We certainly do. Thanks for everything, and I got to tell you, I'm going to miss you next, when the next time we're due for an Ask a Guide, we don't have a guide set up, right? So we're going to put out an episode. Which one are you working on there, Tad? Jason Heilman.
Yes.
And I think it's Lee and Mead.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lee versus Lee.
In leadership styles.
Yes.
And we recorded this over a year ago.
Yeah. And he's a good Western Pennsylvania boy,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where they come from.
I like Jason.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while, actually. So
Where I grew up, there were a lot of Howmans.
Really?
You don't find any here.
Did you ever meet his brother Sig?
No, I've heard about Sig Heil. Yeah, I heard he spoke German.
I thought it was pronounced Heisman.
I'll have to ask Jason about that next time I see him.
Ah, God.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
It is late.
We are
We're
getting
coming up
punchy.
with that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Next live is in a month.
Next live is a month away, and that is with who?
Can't read your hand right now.
Oh.
Come on, Tad.
Is that Ken Gavin?
Ken Gavin,
Is
that's
that
right.
Ken
We're
Gavin?
Ken Gavin and Ralph Siegel, and we're talking about the 10 precious days, or what is it? 10
Well, the 10 most
10 crucial days.
10
crucial days.
Matthew, it's the 10 most crucial days in the
America.
Battle of Trenton, in Washington crossing the Delaware River. Now my twin brother, Bernie Siegel, will
Bernie?
I am once again asking you to donate to the Super Chats. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We should record that. That should be an actual thing that goes in the show.
That's pretty good.
License
that is
guides.
good.
I one.
Hey, listen, hard hands to you all.
Yeah.
Hard hands to you all.
Yeah,
And
thank you all.
Yes, we're going to let Charlie go. We'll have you back in the fall, Charlie. How's that
Okay,
sound?
sounds
We've
good.
got some dates open.
I'll
What do you want to
recover.
talk about? Anything in particular?
Something about Gettysburg.
Oh, that's a
okay.
good idea. I like that.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
We should do something interesting about Gettysburg. You know, some
For a change.
for a change.
Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you what.
No, I mean like something that's a little off the beaten path. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know what that might be.
Okay.
How long you been guiding for?
40 years.
Yeah, 40 years. You probably have something rattling around back
I
there,
do.
right?
I'll have to get off the beaten path. It would be better if they mowed them.
It would be
Yeah.
buzzing.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of that stuff. We'll see you next
We'll
time.
see you. Thanks.
Have a good one.
Addressing Gettysburg's Ask a Gettysburg Guide is produced by Matt Callery, Mikey B. Bariski, and Tad Scase. Hosted by Matt Callery, featuring Mikey B. and Court Nicker. Engineered by Tad Scase. Guests booked by Dave Bussiere of TR Historical. Broadcasting from and recorded at the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios. Thanks for listening.
Look it up. Now, this is just a hypothesis. Yeah, hypothesis. Yeah, you forgot. I have a hard time with names sometimes. Osderspin,
Copyright
Protestant.
2026, Addressing Gettysburg, LLC, all rights reserved.